Greetings, everybody. It's Irate Prostate here with another edition of CREEM STREEM. This is CREEM STREEM number 28, and it looks like everybody's kind of straggling in tonight. But tonight I do have in the studio um, uh, returning guests. As a matter of fact, and really it's a returning guest and a new panelist. So our returning guest is Miles Beats. Say hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a great night.
Fantastic. And on the other side, we've got a new panelist. Say hello, Ray.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Ray Savage here, motherfuckers.
That's right. So, look, I want to say hey to Bubonic for you. You are first, and you get a, you know what? I'm going to send you a mental tickling, and the good kind, not the creepy kind. Okay. So we're sitting out there, and it looks like Occam has joined us. Occam, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
How you doing,
That's
man?
That's what I call preparation right there.
That's an entrance, man, because I literally just grabbed him and yanked him in here. So that's cool. Is everything looking good on your end, Bubonic? Just hit a one if you want to, and if y'all can see it, pull up the and let me know what y'all think about the.
All right, while we're this
Looks
early,
great.
let's send me a watch link so I can just see the chat.
All right, I will be glad. I'll post it in the general on my Discord.
I had everything ready on my PC except for my mic, so I'm like literally using Dual's PC right here.
Hit a one if you want
possible.
to. All right, fantastic. Thanks, Bubonic. Let's see. We'll copy that and we'll paste that here from my man. And yeah, okay. Bam, there it is. There it is, bro.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, and this is a brand new layout. Yeah, created this week for this very purpose. We're taking the episode is titled "Savage Changes," and just it was an introduction for Ray, our new panelist. So. I see we got Skeptalk in the house. Greetings, everybody. Colleen Bernier, as usual. Your dogged and amazing reading skills will be a majority of the material that we use on this show tonight. So once again, thanks to Colleen Bernier for the actual material that we'll be covering. So what we do, what we've been doing, and what I really like this part is what we call the pre-shill. And if we would, let's do we'll open up with guest shilling first. So Miles, let us know what's going on, what you got coming up, and what you want to do.
So basically, what's going on with me? We got Miles Beats and the Glory Gamers. It's a new YouTube that I'm working on. It's basically just a Let's Play account. And it's pretty badass. There's a lot of it's amazing. There's a lot of really great people that I play games with, and it's gonna be blowing up. Hopefully, we can get it moving.
All right, cool. All right, and Ray, all right, what you got going on?
Tonight, tonight I'm was actually on a stream right before I came here. But I also do a show that I don't have an actual schedule worked out yet, but I do streams. They're usually at around 9 p.m. Central Time. I usually announce them a couple days in advance, but they're kind of whenever I have the time. And it's kind of a shit show. That's kind of the point, though. There's not supposed to be a format for the streams. They're supposed to be all over the place. So it's fun.
All right, and I'm gonna.
That sounds familiar to me.
I'm gonna bring Red Pill Shark in here. Everybody, this is Red Pill Shark guest. Say hi to everybody, Red Pill Shark, and we do a pre-shill on this format. So, as a guest, please pre-shill yourself.
What's going on, nerds? Red Pill Shark. I got a channel here on YouTube. My whole stick is I try to find news that's not reported at all or reported incredibly inaccurately due to biases on the internet. It's what I do. Been successful so far. Happy to be here. What's up?
Hey man, fantastic, cool, and really, if you haven't checked out, any of the people that are on this, I recommend that you sub to everybody here. Everybody has something unique and cool that they're bringing to the table. And you know, last but not least, Akam, tell us about what you got going, some pre-show action, and then we'll start rolling from there.
I've actually been working on some videos lately. I should have one up actually this weekend.
Fantastic.
Another one, maybe like another one up this next week, and then I should have another one for the week after that, I think. So
nice, man.
Oh,
nice.
Just so everyone knows, Occam actually wanted me, and I'm working on setting it up still, but to set up a debate between him and ideally both an SJW and someone from the alt-right. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get both, especially the SJWs are a little hard to get a hold of for me. Tend to be slightly far right for them for their
it's because they're so open-minded, you know. So
yeah, so open-minded. But I have people from the alt-right who I'm sure would be happy to.
All right. So and then this is Irate Prostate here. I'm going to seal a couple things. Saturdays I usually do something called Drinks with Friends with Sir Adamantine. In the early afternoon, and then on the evening it's Chaos 120 with Weebo Jones. Some of you maybe the name Weebo Jones may be in your lexicon now as of this past week. She was on Andy Worski's show.
Okay.
Yeah, she was debating this one of the We Was Kang's noted people, and then and this morning she was on Kumite for a while. So and I say I've known her for almost a year and a half now. So and she's just a great person. But anyway, and also I have the Chaos 120 on Wednesdays is my deal, and then Thursday, Big Fat Brian and I covering sci-fi and horror on Netflix. And this coming up Thursday, we'll be working on Jessica Jones season 2. So, and I've been looking at a little bit of that today. So,
hey, Irate, why don't you? I want to fucking be on the stream on Saturday.
Go at the Drinks with Friends.
Hell yeah!
All right. Well, if Sir Adamantine shows up, he's usually part of this deal tonight, and I don't know what's going on. He may be oversleeping because what he usually does is he'll sleep during the day, and then he'll be up from here on because he has to go in early to work on Saturday, and then he'll be out by early afternoon. But yeah, I'll definitely hit you up for that.
You know, I'm drinking early on a Saturday morning.
That's well, it'll be about 1 o'clock your time. It's usually about
Shit,
that.
I probably got a good buzz at that point. Come on.
That's right. I'm rolling. So, but so all right. So it's like I said, it's CREEM STREEM 28. It is the third anniversary of my heart valve, known as the St. Jude Regent 27 millimeter. So if you want to, we'll say happy birthday to that. And I'm really grateful for that little thing being in my life.
How about not happy birthday? Let's call this happy alive day.
That's right, man. Happy happening day.
Happy alive day.
I'm happy to be happening. So
yeah.
Yes, all right. Well, cool. So, what we do usually at this point is I'll start talking about. I've got a couple of news things that we'll look at. This is not really serious newsy stuff, but it's kind of stuff to kind of relax everybody, and we try to steer away from stuff that everybody's been had shoved up their ass for the past 5 days. So we try to find unique stuff and things like what you were talking about, Red Pill, things that people aren't talking about, but more on the kind of the light side of it. So thanks to Colleen, I've got. This is interesting. This is from Popular Science. Okay. And this is, and because of where I live in the southeastern United States, I think this is a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing that Colleen sent this one to me. It says, "Go ahead, marry your cousin. It's not that bad for your future kids." Is the name of the title. Yeah. So
that's a great opening line. Just that in itself.
Man.
It is. Albert Einstein and his second wife and first cousin, Isaac Einstein took family marriage to a new level. They were related through both maternal and paternal lineages. Their mothers were sisters, and their fathers were first cousins. All right, so Jan of Ehrlich has a soft spot for genealogy. A data scientist at Columbia University and chief science officer at the of the DNA test company MyHeritage, he describes many things in the context of family. Columbia and MyHeritage are mom and dad, and he's got to make both of them happy. And in his new study on 13 million member family tree, is best measured in terms of his child's development. He said, "My son and I, he said, my son was born when I started this study, and now he's in the first grade." The paper published Thursday by the journal Science looks at the genetic data from millions of online genealogy profiles. Among other things, researchers were able to determine at what point in history marrying your cousin went out of vogue. The average degree of relation between married couples today. And hey, since we're on the subject, just how bad is it to have kids with your first cousin or with a cousin? And while it's taboo today, cousins used to get hitched relatively all the time. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, his wife Eleanor was his fifth cousin once removed, and she didn't even have to change her name. Her last name was Roosevelt when they got married. Scientific geniuses like Albert Einstein and Charles Darwin, like we were talking about earlier, Einstein married their cousin too. And for much human history, these unions weren't considered bad or gross. Oftentimes, there weren't many better options. There weren't many better options. My bad. From 1650 to 1850, a given person was on average fourth cousins with their spouse, according to Elrich's data. Many people may have married their first cousin, and many people married someone not at all related to him. But within a century, all that changed. By 1950, married couples were on average more like seventh cousins, according to Ehrlich. And one common sense explanation for this shift is that when transportation methods improved, bachelors and bachelorettes had access to potential partners that had been once denied by geography. And this makes sense, even given that before 1950, most people stayed in place and ended up marrying someone who lived within a 6-mile radius of where they were born. And yeah, exactly. And if you think about it, there's an old school joke back in the day, or it's from my thing. It's like, you're a redneck if you met your spouse at a family reunion. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Mixing up the, talking about diverse gene pools versus. People had talked about, doing all these DNA tests, especially people, of slave descent. And they, a lot of these were coming back with specific things, and they realized that, and what I mean by specific things is they were able to trace their genealogy after, this is like multiple generations of breeding, with different genetic, what word am I looking for? I guess, groups, for lack of a better word, right? So, and they were still being traced back to these certain, countries known for selling slaves during the the 17 and 1800s, and it didn't, and logically that should be a very rare occurrence, right? Because of just the way that genetics works, because your mother provides 23 chromosomes as does the father, right? So, and if you think about that, go through multiple generations, and a generation is usually charged at 30 years, and you go by person by person by person, there's like 250 it mixes up 250 times, for lack of a better word. And I'm sure Aiden Paladin or somebody like that could explain it a lot better. But in this whole marriage thing, your cousin thing kind of makes sense to me, because based on those studies. Um, Instead of finding out you should have a strong line from this relative from way back or whatever, your genetic structure should be a lot more diverse, given the marriages that took place. Like between 1600, like I had a relative that was part of Jamestown, and genetically he and I should look completely different, right? Even though there's a direct line to us, there might be a certain couple of genes that would line up, but the rest of it's just kind of scattered.
Well,
So,
it's really funny with like funny is probably the wrong word to use, but when it comes to, I guess, interbreeding, right? Like marrying or having kids with your cousin or your brother or whatever. When you look at improper breeding of dogs, sometimes they'll end up with mange. Sometimes they'll end up blind.
hmm
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be deaf, because of improper breeding. So I'm assuming the same thing would happen with humans, right?
absolutely.
You might end up with Down syndrome. You might end up with something ridiculous.
In
Yeah.
the state I'm from, West Virginia, you actually have to go to the courthouse and present a blood test that to prove the two of you are not related
hmm
Really?
before you
That's
can get
crazy.
married. That this is a true story. But here's something most people don't think about. Let's talk about Japan for just a quick second, because it's really interesting. Maybe not the most relevant, but super interesting to me.
hmm
The last prime minister of Japan was actually married to his cousin, and in fact, the most popular anime of probably this century, I would argue, Sword Art Online. The love interest is the cousin, and in many animes, you'll find that the love interest is the cousin because
hmm
it's so incredibly accepted there. I just find that to be pretty interesting. Sorry.
No, that's exactly why you're here, is to put in, is to add to this conversation, kind of, we're kicking the bobo, as they call it. Um, and waxing philosophic about things like this. That's why I do this thing, is to get all these different points of view together and talk about stuff, man. Because I don't know, if I talk to people that think just like I do, it just gets fucking boring, man, because I know how everybody thinks, right? So so that's why I try to reach out and get a different point of view. Akam, what say you about all of this?
I would say that I think it would be dangerous for any government to support this kind of thing, because it would affect the future generations of their citizens. So
Okay.
I wouldn't think it should be legal.
Well, see, where I live, it's obvious, I'm from the South, but I live in Alabama, and you have to get blood tested here for syphilis. I mean, not for syphilis, yes, for syphilis.
For s-
Well, you know why? Because of the Tuskegee gonorrhea and syphilis studies that they did.
it's that prevalent where you live?
Well, not anymore. I wouldn't think, but that they just hadn't changed the laws. Because politicians are like so on the ball and shit.
Yeah.
Um, you know, they're so busy taking care of their constituents. That they kind of lose sight of the ball.
I feel like I was digging around on Reddit while you were telling the story, and I found the perfect follow-up. It's a little more comedic, a little more lighthearted.
Good.
So I feel like this is the perfect segue.
All right.
I'm just gonna read the headline. All right. So let's just think about what we were just talking about. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the headline to the story. Woman tries to trick authorities with prescription for medical meth.
I saw this the other day. Go ahead, go for it, dude. Read it. It's funny as
Yeah.
shit.
All right.
This is
So
great.
this lady was from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So everyone's heard of medical marijuana, right?
Yeah.
But no one's really heard of medical meth.
Oh God.
So this lady tried telling cops that she had a prescription for medical meth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the cops were like, "Fuck you," straight up. Just,
Actually,
fuck you.
I have a fun fact. Medical meth is real.
No, that's
Rehab.
ADHD medic.
No, there's actual meth is legal to be used under. They don't really use it anymore, but yeah, it actually is a prescription thing.
And amphetamine sulfate is different than methamphetamine.
No, it's actual methamphetamine.
Oh, well, shit. Oh.
No one uses it anymore, but
so this lady was arrested for a probation violation.
oh god.
All right. So she tested positive for meth.
Obviously.
Okay. You got to see the picture of this lady. Like, she just looks, fuck you guys. That's literally what her face says.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this article, they consider it an elaborate fake. So, I don't know how good her goddamn handwriting is, but if she can look like a damn typewriter.
Elaborate fake.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is literally what it says. That bottle, it turns out, was an elaborate fake. What's funny is they're fucking giving her forgery and identity theft and possession of drug. So she found somebody else's pill bottle, wrote meth on it somewhere, somehow. Like, like, how do you even fucking do that? Like, you literally, you have this bottle of pills in your hand, and you're just like, not Vicodin, meth. But
What if I told you there's a better prescription than meth? Would you believe me? In the Netherlands, and I want to say the UK as well. If you are disabled, the government will pay for you to have a prostitute once a year.
What?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna move there. I never get laid once a year.
That's hilarious.
I don't even know if I've ever even had sex before.
I'm just telling you, if you're disabled in the Netherlands, they're gonna pay for you to go get your groove on.
That's great.
1 second, guys.
The worst way to spend tax dollars.
The movement was called "Disabled and Horny." There's a lot of those. Just Google it; it's hilarious. And
Disabled and horny,
and it makes sense at the same time. So I don't want to belittle them because I'd feel like I would want sex too if I was disabled. So
I want fucking disabled sex. You know what? I got a side story. All right, side story based on the disabled sex. So I have a nephew. All right, I was there the day he was born. This is actually a little bit dark. But he has currently Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. So over the time, his muscles have, like, retracted to the point to where if I'm hanging out with him, I have to feed him, type of shit. So for his 18th birthday, my brother-in-law took him to Nevada. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nevada, but Nevada has very, very lean prostitute laws to the point to where prostitution's legal.
Yeah, they do.
So they took my nephew to a ranch, the Bunny Ranch to be exact, or no, the Mustang Ranch, and they got him laid. Like, I mean, it was ridiculous.
God.
The funniest part of the story is that when he came out of the room, they bought him an hour with the prostitute. When he came out of the room, his exact reply was, "That was way better than last time." And it's like, dude, come on, man. You've never fucking. That was the first time he got laid. Like, but dude, how badass is that? He like comes rolling out in his wheelchair. He's like, "That was way better than last time." He like, dude, I wonder what was going through his mind when she had his wee wee in his hand, for lack of better words. He was probably like, oh my god, what the fuck's going on? There's no Xbox controller here. You know, he was. And then, it was, yeah.
That's hilarious.
It was fucking awesome. The
Interesting story.
Oh yeah, it's just it actually, this kind of fits in perfectly with the whole meth thing. Just the list of some dumb criminals I have here, and the first one is a woman arrested after asking police to test her drugs for Ebola, and it says poor Chastity Eugenia Hobson was so worried about her possibly tainted meth that she actually contacted the police about it. Officers at the Granite Shoals, I don't know how to say that, police department in Texas were trying to catch the county's dumbest drug users when they posted a fake Facebook story about Ebola-tainted meth. I'm sure we've all seen these. And the post said, if you have recently purchased meth or heroin in Central Texas, please take it to a local police or sheriff department so it can be screened with special device. Do not use it until it has been checked for possible Ebola contamination. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen one of those things on Facebook before. It ever kind of laughs at it because there's no way anyone would do that. This woman apparently actually did. Hobson, 29, saw the post and was understandably afraid her meth could be dangerous. She responded to the department's post on Facebook, and they gladly took her sample in for testing. Hobson was charged with possession of less than 1 gram of a controlled substance.
who's that typing? Is that Red Pill?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're.
figure.
Adjust that sensitivity, baby.
I'll use push. No big deal. We're good. I was just looking up something else kind of related to the story she was just telling. Like I want to say it was about 15 years ago. The police sent out fake Super Bowl tickets to a bunch of criminals, and they all showed up to collect their tickets. In where the hell? What city was it? I want to say it was like Detroit or something. They just have busloads of criminals get arrested in a single day because criminals are idiots.
That's, you know what though? Technically, that's entrapment. Like that's illegal. Yeah, true. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this shit right here?
Oh no.
Man. Man chops off. This is fucked up. All right. Man chops off son's hand over porn addiction.
Oh my goodness.
You'll figure out where this came from once.
It must have been Saudi Arabia, and it's because he stole his porn.
Possibly. We'll figure this out. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So a man chopped off his teenage son's hand on Monday for allegedly getting addicted to pornography on his smartphone. Mohammed Mohammed Qureshi, 45, a butcher by profession, in the Pahadar Sharif area, surrendered to the police, stating that he had chopped at the right hand. I like this parenthesis right here, between the wrist and elbow. So like, he straight chopped through bone for this shit.
Good God.
So, and then this is where it gets weird. Mohammed Khalid, who is 18, he works as an assistant at a local cable television operator. So we got a dad that's a butcher, a son that's working at a cable company, straight jerking it on his phone. God damn it.
Oh my God.
So, according to police, Quayum, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that. Quayum. Quayum. Cam. He has 4 children, including 2 sons. Khalid is the elder of the 2 sons. Recently, Khalid bought a smartphone and got addicted to watching movies and pornography. Despite repeated warnings, he did not stop watching porn. All right. So on Sunday, I'm gonna paraphrase this. I gotta throw in a little bit of some miles on this bitch. I'll read it the right way first, and then I'll say it the way I want to say it. So on Sunday, Quam caught his son red-handed, is what I would like to call dick-handed. He tried to snap the mobile from his son, but later resisted and even bit the hand of his father. He immediately left home, stating that he would never come back. However, late in the night, the boy re-entered the home. Everybody had gone to bed. On Monday morning, both father and son quarreled on the same issue again. In a fit of anger, Quam picked up the butcher's knife and chopped off Khalid's right hand. Hearing the son scream, the other family members came and immediately took him to nearby hospital, where the doctors said that the hand was 90% severed. So
God.
it didn't get cut all the way off, but he fucked that shit up.
It was dangling by skin.
Dude, he fucked
90% severed.
And
Yeah,
here's
90%.
another thing. They said it was chopped between the wrist and the elbow. So what was it? His whole forearm that got chopped off, or
Dude,
what?
He had to have chopped straight through the forearm. Had to. He could have just chopped it real quick.
That's
on
like
the
half
wrist.
an arm then.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And it says the chances of restoring it are bleak, which would make sense because
It's
that's
90% off.
yeah, it's done. Yeah, you're done. He Franken beamed that shit right there.
There's no restoring that. It's
What if-
90% gone.
What if I told you guys about a story where a man drove a stolen car to court to face his stolen car charge?
Oh my god.
Dead ass serious. That is real. So, a Hartford man due in court to answer a charge of stealing a car, stole a car to go to court. Why didn't he just fucking take an Uber? Like, he could have just caught a bus. Maybe he could have asked his friend for a ride. This guy's 25 years old. And he's stealing cars to deal with stealing car charges.
That's hilarious.
Dude, imagine being the cop, right? So this guy pulls up to court, and they're like, yeah, we have this, we have a stolen car. It's fucking, let's just say a white Cadillac for, better reason. Like, he pulls up in a white Cadillac, and they're like, and they find his fucking plates, and they're like, oh shit, this car's stolen, and they see him pull up it. And he's like walking to court to go for a stolen car charge. And they're like, wait a second. I can put 2 and 2 together.
He should have chopped off his right arm. 90% of the way.
Dude, he should have been fucking jacking off to porn with Khalil. Whatever the fuck. That would have been smarter.
I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. Well, he turned an Arabic name into a black name because it was stealing.
God damn it. Don't make me racist, all right? I'm not racist. I'm not fucking. So, as this dude waited to appear before a judge, the parking authority agents scanning the license plate for the parking violations got a hit. It was a 2014 Subaru Legacy, and the license plates had just been reported stolen. Literally, they just were reported stolen, and he fucking drove that shit. So, they didn't know that it was him that stole the car, but they kept an eye on the car, and when he left court and got in the car, they fucking arrested him. Could you imagine getting off of a stolen car charge? Like, let's say he got out. Everything was fine. He's like, hell yeah. Fucking, I didn't steal shit. And then they see him get into a stolen car. And then they're just like, sorry, bro, round 2. That's what you get. You fucked up.
Speaking of dumb criminals, I have one here in West Palm Beach, Florida. A man listed his occupation on an arrest report as a drug dealer. Deputies say 25-year-old Robert Phillips was arrested Tuesday after he cut in front of an unmarked Palm Beach County Sheriff's car and nearly caused a crash. A records check found that Phillips was driving a stolen car. The Palm Beach Post reports that detective followed Phillips and watched as he engaged in a drug transaction. Deputies in marked cars caught up to Phillips, who fled at a high rate of speed. Deputies eventually arrested Phillips, who was in possession of 22 grams of heroin and $2,316 in cash. A search of his car yielded 5.3 grams of crack cocaine, facing multiple drug charges, and remains in jail on a bond of $242,000.
That guy was selling hella drugs, man. He had crack, he had heroin, he had it all.
22 grams of heroin.
That's actually, to be honest, like in the drug world, that's not even that much.
It's too much to claim self-use.
I got 21 grams in my pocket right now. Seriously, though. No, I don't. Heroin is not legal where I live. Heroin is not legal anywhere in the United States. You can't just be like, what you doing? Fuck, about to go to the store, buy some heroin. Just need to get a pack of cigarettes and some heroin. Hopefully they got 22 grams, because I need a lot of heroin.
The marijuana was just made legal in Virginia. I'm waiting to see how this plays out.
Dude, that guy fucking probably fucked up. He was smoking his heroin and injecting his marijuana.
Injecting the heroin.
He fucked up from the beginning, basically.
They shoot up 3 marijuanas.
Fucking 4, man. Not even once. Can't fuck no marijuanas.
No marijuanas, not even once.
What if I told you guys that in Australia shit. These are so hard to say with a straight face. In Australia, a dude blew up a kitchen trying to kill cockroaches.
I would say, why is that surprising?
Here's how the article reads, all right? So a Queensland man has just sustained burns to his head and hands after trying to use insect spray as a flamethrower on cockroaches. So he was doing the whole fucking... He was doing the lighter with the can thing.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? Trying to get him with that flamethrower.
Up the can.
In your home? Like, come on. Come on.
It's his kitchen. Fucking must have been dirty as fuck. So the emergency services were called to an address in Mount Isa, Queensland, on Wednesday at 8 p.m. to treat a man's injuries following the explosion. 7 News reports, whatever the fuck 7 News is. The explosion caused serious damage to the front of the house, with images showing windows blown out and holes right through the wall. How much fucking roach spray did he use? Did he try bombing it and then just lit a lighter and blew itself up?
Maybe he thought it was a cockroach, but it was actually like a koala bear.
It's a fucking mouse. He's like, oh, it looks just like a roach. That's a roach. So it's not a knife. So police say that the man's injuries and the damage sustained to the house are unfortunate results of not listening to the instructions on the can. Nope. So this is in quotes right here. While the instructions are put on these things for a purpose, and failure to follow them can result in, as in did in this case, extreme damage to the property. I don't know. Fuck this.
You kind of pop it in and out.
This okay, so I just gotta get closer to the mic. It didn't travel very far, but it was a very vicious explosion in the area where it was. The house was checked for gas leaks, but literally it was just the bug spray.
He nuked himself.
The last line is others in the home at the time of the blast were uninjured. So he just fucked himself up. Imagine you're sitting in your living room, you know, you're just watching fucking soccer, football, whatever the fuck they call it in Australia.
You get hit by a stingray in the heart.
Basically. Yeah, you could Steve Irwin that shit. You could Steve Irwin that. But like then you just hear your fucking kitchen blow up.
I like how they said during the blast like it's a real bomb.
During the explosion.
It's a real
Hey.
It sounds like a real bomb.
You know what I would tell? I don't know. I would tell people if someone was like, dude, what happened to your house? I'd be like, dude, I got raided. I'll wait. Considering raid is a bug spray.
That's funny.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like I couldn't even understand that.
I got some.
But okay, here's the
It would
real
have been
question.
like
Is his
2
house
years
now-
ago that I saw this, but I saw a video.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if his house is now cockroach free or not. I didn't mean to step on anybody.
It's probably burnt down to fucking crisp, man. That thing has exploded. Like if you saw the thumbnail, you'll notice that the window's blown out. There's holes in the wall. Like the door's broken off the hinge. He used so
Ready
much.
to send
but-
one of
but
their
I
new
was told-
undercover nukes.
I was told cockroaches could survive like nuclear explosions.
They can.
Well, they couldn't survive a direct blast, but they can survive the after effects of a nuke.
They can't survive a can of exploding raid.
No, they cannot.
Holy shit. Me as well.
I got another article here, another dum-dum.
Keep this going. I'll be right back.
A police impersonator tried to pull over an off-duty officer earlier Thursday morning, police said. An off-duty police officer says he was driving in Dumfries when a man driving a Crown Victoria started to follow him. The officer says the driver turned on a spotlight that was attached to his car. Thinking he was a police officer, the off-duty officer pulled over, according to the police. The driver of the Crown Victoria pulled alongside the off-duty officer and tried to make contact, police said. When the off-duty officer said he was a police officer, the driver immediately sped away. The off-duty officer followed the car, and then the driver and passenger fled on foot. The police have identified the man as Sean Michael Robinson, 27, of Alexandria, Virginia. He turned himself into police after a warrant was issued for his arrest. So
that's creepy.
Happened.
That's creepy. Only because that's like I'm not sure where you're at in the country, but here on the East Coast, it's like a relatively common thing. And often results in like rape and stuff. That's not cool.
No, it's just funny that he accidentally pulled over a undercover. I actually have kind of a funny story with an undercover. I'm in Chicago, so we get some crazies. You know how that goes. I was on. Oh God, I think this is when I just still been at my old job. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was on the highway, and there was this cop, and he wasn't actually a cop, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he was a fake cop, but I can't tell you for sure. But either way, this guy he's in this car, and he keeps turning his lights on and pulling up like behind people and getting them to pull over, and then he just speeds away. But he'd come up right behind them real aggressive with his lights on, and he'd pull over, and then he'd just speed away. And it's like it's kind of funny because the highway that's on is like real crowded sometimes, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I was happy because I was just following behind the cop, whether he be real or fake, not having to deal with traffic. It was a good day. It's a good day.
Didn't even have to use my AK.
All right. No, it was actually really funny. He was just like fucking trolling people, just like right up behind them with his lights on. Pull over. Nope.
What color lights? Like, are we talking like blue lights or just like high beams?
The ones that your standard cop car has, the
flashy lights.
Yeah, the
basically.
Flashy ones. Yeah,
So like hella illegal. I can dig that.
Yeah. I don't know. It probably was a fake cop because the car didn't look completely cop car, but it was funny. It was funny. I really don't care if it was real or fake. I wouldn't have pulled over, but yeah. Oh God. I hate that. The real high beams.
I got something that'll trigger you. Brain surgeons perform procedure on wrong patient.
No fucking way. No way.
Here's what's fucked up. Guess how long it took them to figure out that they were operating on the wrong patient?
How long?
2 fucking hours.
Yo, like, if someone comes in and is like, hey, man, we're going to operate in your brain, you wouldn't be like, yo, my brain's good. Why are you in here? I'm having a baby.
Dude, what if you're just kicking it? What if you're just kicking it in the hospital waiting for whatever operation you need, and they're like, all right, let's get it. And then you're just like, okay, let's go. Let's do this operation. And they start cutting open your head, and you're like, I just have appendicitis.
I remember when I went in for appendicitis. I was
Like,
past.
I don't even.
I'll be right
Yep.
back then.
Yeah, how they talk.
Oh,
Yeah, but how do you even fix that? They're like, "What is this?" You're like, "That's a leaf," and they're like, "You're fucked. Sorry, bro. We're just gonna put your head back on." So
I feel like we're
here's
not prepared for brain surgery. That's terrible.
here's the fucked up part. The reason why they operated on him was because they mixed up the identification tags. One needed surgery for a blood clot in the brain. The other, just a non-invasive treatment of a swelling heart. So this guy needed heart surgery, and they're like, "Yeah, let's just cut his head open. Fuck it." Dude, the hospital CEO deeply regrets this event and has done all it can to ensure the safety and well-being of the patient in question.
Well, they like okay, this is like a weird example, but I've been drinking all night, so I'm gonna give it anyways. Like in the military, you pick up a claymore mine, and it like on the claymore mine, literally on one of the sides says this side towards enemy, and it's just like that's there because someone fucked it up. Someone fucked that up.
Someone was hiding behind it and got their legs blown off. Just so you guys know, though, they are happy to inform the public that the patient is in recovery.
He just doesn't know his alphabet.
Yeah,
he speaks fucking Japanese.
He's mixing up trucks with elephants right now on cards. That's what he's doing.
He's still breathing. We're good. Insurance not paying for that shit.
And here's another part where they're trying really hard to cover up Australia. Apparently, this is the first time this type of mishap has occurred in the country. The neurosurgeon, the anesthesiast, and the 2 nurses involved has been suspended.
Right. Exactly.
Well, they blame it on being understaffed and doctors working 10 to 19-hour days. It's I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure brain surgery and rocket science pretty fucking similar. Like, yeah, you definitely need to go to school for a couple years to do either. Excuse my burping, everybody.
Yeah.
Who's impostering? Don't imposter.
Imposter.
Oh no, that's Duel on my computer. Yeah, he's on. So I'm on Duel's computer, and he's on my computer. I got another funny story. Let's keep this funny shit going, okay? Dude, so apparently this dude blacked out in his Uber.
Oh god. That's always a good beginning to a story.
The thumbnail is a picture of feet sticking out of a Dodge Challenger. Alright, so apparently this guy blacked out in his Uber and took a ride across 3 states, cost him $1,600.
Oh god.
Like, think about that, dude. Imagine being the shitty ass Uber driver. Like, you're like, oh, this dude's passed. I'm just gonna drive. But really what ended up happening, he was so fucked up that he entered the wrong address in the Uber.
Oh my god.
So he was hanging out, with these people, and naturally he's so fucked up, he put in his home address, which was 3 states away.
My god.
So the Uber driver's like, fuck it. Fucking, we're going.
Money.
Yeah, $1,600. 300 miles.
My god.
Could you imagine, like...
What state was he in, and what state did he have the Uber take him to?
I can't see which state he started in, but he ended up in New Jersey.
Oh god.
I think that's brilliant on the part of the Uber driver.
That was dude. Hell yeah, dude. If I was an Uber driver and you do that shit, hell yeah, we're going. We're fucking taking that drive. I don't give a fuck. So apparently this guy, I like how they put him on blast. His name is Kenny Bachman. He was visiting friends in fucking West Virginia when he dozed off in the back of an Uber after a night of beer and shots.
So he was in West Virginia where this started.
Yeah.
West Virginia to New Jersey.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The funny part, it says, but when Bachman woke up, he wasn't nursing a hangover in his friend's place near West Virginia University campus. He was still on an Uber on a 300-mile drive back to his home in New Jersey. Bachman told the site that he woke up after 2 hours of sleep in the Uber XL. So, like, not only did he get he didn't get a regular Uber, he got one of those big ass Ubers, like where somebody's most likely driving like a Ford Explorer, or like a huge sedan. And like what he says was he was completely baffled about why he was speeding down a strange highway in a car early Saturday morning. I just woke up, Bachman explained to the NewJersey.com, and I'm thinking, why the fuck am I in a car next to some random ass dude I don't even know? So he didn't even know he was in the Uber. He was so fucked up that he just called the fucking Uber and had him take him home.
Bruh.
So what's next in the article is it says that the driver quickly filled Bachman in on what he missed. According to the guy behind the wheel, Bachman had requested an Uber XL to pick him up, and he had drunkenly selected his New Jersey home on the destination. Period. Oh, and it was Friday night, so prices were surging. At that point, Bachman was only 2 hours into a 5-hour drive. So, God damn it, that's so horrible. Into a 5-hour drive, so he could have easily just told the Uber driver to end the ride and leave him at the Rite Aid or whatever. But in his groggy state, he decided to see the ride through all the way home. The whole trek allegedly wound up costing him $1,635.93.
Oh my.
Which Bachman initially paid. But once he was home and hungover haze lifted, he realized that $1,600 was kind of a lot for a trip he didn't exactly want to take. So he contested the trip to Uber, claiming that the driver messed with his phone while he was blackout.
Oh, wow.
But Bachman says that the rideshare company didn't refund the massive fare. Now Bachman is out more than $1,000 and probably had to do some explaining to his friends he ghosted in West Virginia. But here's the best part of the story. He still gave the guy who drove him across the fucking country a 5-star rating.
That's hilarious.
So even though he was fucking super passed out and fucked up and knew he fucked up, he still gave him a 5-star rating. That guy is the real MVP. Dude, if I was your Uber driver and I pick you up at a bar and you're like, dude, I need to go 3 states away, I'm literally going to be like, hey, man, are you sure we're going to drive 3 states? Yeah, I'm fine. Dude, you know what? I'm the fucking type of Uber driver. If that shit ever happens to me, I'm going to pull you over. We're going to go to a Chevron station. I'm going to buy you a Red Bull. I'm going to need you to drink half of it. And I'll fucking drive you there for free. All right. And then literally just be like, hey, dude, do you seriously need to go to New Jersey? Yeah, I need to go to New Jersey. Drink a little more of that Red Bull. Drink a little more of that Red Bull, just real quick. You sure you need to go to New Jersey? Yep. All right, let's go. Call my fucking wife, girlfriend, whatever, and just be like, I'm going to New Jersey. Like, who do you think got more in trouble, him for that bill or the fucking driver to his wife or girlfriend or whatever?
Driver, the wife or girlfriend.
Like, seriously, dude, that could have fucking caused some serious relationship issues with some shit like that. Like, it's just gonna drive. What?
What?
Florida man. A Florida woman. Not even Florida man. How? Did you just say restaurant? You just said restaurant. All right. God damn it. Is that seriously the name?
Oh man.
Dehode. All right. That's probably the best stripper name I've ever heard in my life. Somebody counted that shit. Somebody counted it. They're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fucking shit.
8 times.
It's fair.
Check.
1.5 million?
Hey. Irate, apparently people can't hear you. Might want to check on that real quick before we go any further.
Oh, well, look at that. Hello, can everybody hear me now? Is that better? Good Lord.
Luckily, we got fucking Duel in the house to even tell us that.
Thank you, Duel. Appreciate it. So, long story short, this lady's suing this restaurant $1.5 million for $1.5 million because this drag queen grabbed her and shoved her head into her breasts 8 times, not 7, not 9, but 8 times, and then rubbed her. I guess trying to get her to motorboat her or something. I don't know. And
Dude,
yeah,
how hard do you think I would have to hit you with a titty to make you go to the hospital?
Exactly, man.
Like, I would have to have like quadruple H's or something, and I would have to like jump from a high balcony and just hit you with the biggest titty slam of all time.
No shit, man. No shit. It would take some major tittage. Yeah,
Dude,
8 times.
Just the way, yeah, 8 titty slams. Could you imagine even be titty slammed 8 times?
I've been titty slammed.
Like, that reminds me of like Tekken when you used to study for days to try to get that 10-hit combo. She had that 8 titty slam. Like that should be recorded in slow motion. Just imagine just the titty getting slapped in the face with a titty so hard that you get knocked out and have to go to the hospital.
You just see teeth fly out of their mouth.
Just from a titty. I wouldn't even tell my friends. I would literally be like, yeah, I was at this bar. This dude punched me in the face. And then, like, and, you know, one of your buddies was there, and they're like, dude, don't even lie. You fucking got your teeth knocked out by a titty.
By a titty. A giant titty.
You show up to your work, and then your boss is asking you where you got the black eye.
From a titty.
From a titty.
You got bruises all over your body. Where'd that come from? A titty.
A titty.
Up in a full body cast. What
Dude,
happened to you?
I got boob bombed, bro. You ever even been boob bombed? Fucking insane. These strippers are no joke nowadays.
Indeed.
Fucking.
All right. Well,
I gave her $10, and I got a black eye.
And all I got was a damn black eye. That's right.
And I'm missing my indenture. Or wait, that's not the right word. Incisor. That was the word I was looking for.
There you go. All right.
The chat censors the word tits.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Well, that's a Baptist chat, obviously.
Christian server.
Yeah, looks like we do need some.
Let me.
Looks like we need some wrenches here, man.
I have a wrench. Hold on.
That's right. I did it.
Where's it at?
I took care of it.
I think it's hella funny. People are like, "Hey, what's up, Miles?"
That is funny.
It's weird that I'm on dual side and I'm posting and he's posting on my side. So it's like Miles, a whole hour. It's weird. It's like seeing myself fucking post.
It's strange,
It's just
isn't
fucking
it?
strange.
All right.
It's like tittyception.
Deception.
Titception.
Titception, you know?
All right, let's see. Oh, okay. A man's shocking request when Tinder date says she doesn't want to see him again. Okay, and this is from the Great Britain's The Mirror. So if there's words in here that we have to translate, I will be glad to do it because I've been reading a lot of British stuff and I watch a lot of BBC. You know,
One
so
second, guys.
I speak British really well.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
I am, man. I am. It can be really frustrating when you go on a date with someone for the first time and they're just not what you expected. Sometimes you've been flirting, joking around, generally getting on pretty well over a message for weeks. But when you meet, it doesn't seem like it's the same person. Most of us just accept the disappointment and we just start over and keep going. But one man really wasn't happy when his Tinder date told him that she didn't think that there was any chemistry between them. Right? And then he sent her a message asking her for a refund of their expensive drinks that they had together, reports the Daily Star. And after their meeting, she messaged him saying, I don't think we have much chemistry, so there won't be another date. But it was lovely meeting you, and I wish you all the best. But his reply, which was shared on Reddit, caused an outrage. And he says, no worries. I think, she says, I think we didn't have much chemistry, so there's not going to be another date, but it was lovely meeting you. Wish you all the best. And he says, I think so. Already, you are not my type, and I think it was not a fun evening at all. I paid over $8 or £8 for your drink, and I think you would at least want one ordinary drink. I paid for my drink at $1.75 or £1.75, and I paid $8.30 for your drink. This is too much. You drank a huge bottle at the first meeting, and I paid this, and I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to pay for it. Please pay this back. I am waiting a $8.30 refund. Thank you. Short code, blah, 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 account number. Obviously, this dude doesn't speak English as his first language. And he wrote, and he sent her the bank details. So he said he would be waiting for a refund. And apparently, she put it on Reddit and embarrassed the shit out of him. So.
Why you gotta put shit on Reddit?
I don't know, man. It's like
that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's a little uncalled for. I agree. Here's something weird that I saw.
4chan.
And
put that shit on Facebook. That shit doesn't deserve Reddit.
No shit. So the Army Black Hawk chopper drops errant bundle on elementary school. This is a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter dropped an equipment bundle onto an elementary school in Waimato, Hawaii during training exercise. The 25th Infantry Division, based at Schofield Barracks near Honolulu, Hawaii, dropped what it was said an errant bundle, and it was parachuted onto the campus of the Waimato Elementary and Intermediate School, the Honolulu Star-Advertiser reported. The division explained, the 25th Infantry explained that the surprise package missed its intended drop zone on Marine Corps training area at Bellows and landed on the campus. It added that the failed exercise caused no injuries and no property damage, and that the Honolulu police secured the bundle and returned it to the 25th Infantry Division.
What was that helicopter fucking pilot thinking? He's like, oh yeah, this school? Hell yeah, that's where this care package needs to be delivered.
Well, it's really weird. It says the training was part of an exercise designed to teach soldiers how to deliver equipment by parachute from helicopters.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Somebody got an F on this shit.
We're gonna drop this fucking crate of grenades over here at this elementary school.
It says the outcome suggests that more practice is in order, with the drop missing its target by 660 feet. So what? That's like almost a football field. That's like 2/3 of a football field, right? Um,
It's more than that. 300 yards, 100 yards is a football field, which would translate to 300
no,
feet. So 600 would be 2 football fields.
no, that's right. That is, you're absolutely right. That's 2 football fields. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's yeah.
So the fucking guy flying it didn't even know it was a school.
No.
Like they're sitting out there playing a football game. He's like, "This seems like a great place to drop off grenades." Well, I'm fucking dropping these grenades right on this football field.
All right. It says school sent a letter to parents explaining what happens. Yeah, I'm sure they're doing it quick to kiss the ass there. It says that the name of the mission was Tropic Lightning. No, that's the division. My bad. They're called Tropic Lightning. They were formed in 1941, and they're Army. So they were doing like this coordinated thing with the Marine Corps. It's yeah.
You think everything tropic or every time like Tropic Lightning drops a package to somebody, they go Tropic Thunder.
From Tropic Lightning. That's the first thing I
Tropic
thought
Thunder.
about when you said that, man. I mean, I read that. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. I got one for you, Irate.
Go ahead.
This one's awesome. You guys remember Harambe?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. This might be funny to you then. Gorilla statue removed after complaints it was racially insensitive.
Oh my God.
Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. A statue of a gorilla and a prime attraction for kids in the community park playgrounds in Corsicana. Corsicana? Corsicana. Anyway, Corsicana was removed by the city. A spokesperson for the city, some community members found the gorilla offensive.
Hello?
They took down a fucking gorilla statue because it was racist.
Man.
So,
Keep reading, man. It gets better.
A spokesperson for the city said that some community members found the gorilla offensive, racially intensive in some form, and requested its removal from the park. In quotations, we understand this because we have an obligation to listen to all of our citizens to determine what is offensive and not, especially in public places, said the mayor. The mayor's name is Denbao. Denbao saw an uptick in complaints about the playground. Shit, it's a fucking playground. That's why. Denbo saw an uptick in complaints about the playground primate during the last few weeks. There were more and more phone calls and personal discussions, and he, city manager, and a city council member decided that it needed to be taken down. So basically, when you look at it, it's a gorilla in a cage. It's a big ass cage. Like big.
Right.
Probably like 15 by 15. And there's just gorilla in it. It's a non-offensive gorilla, by the way. Fucking
Not
gorilla.
offensive.
Yeah, you ever seen an offensive gorilla? There's a difference. I'm spitballing here, but pretty sure there's a difference.
Well, you know,
This is a-
yeah.
It's a non-racial
yeah.
gorilla.
And people are like, they're just getting too fucking stupid with this shit. You
They
know,
really are.
and if you think about it, the people that are pointing this shit out, they're the ones that are racist. Because I mean,
Exactly.
if I look at a statue of a gorilla, I'm not going to think anything racially about it at all. I'm thinking it's what a beautiful animal, man. It's like it's pretty cool that somebody decided to make a statue to that, instead of something else. That we
Well,
usually
here's-
see. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. Fucking
This is
shit.
this is perfect with what you're saying, all right? Because it was a circus theme, man-made gorilla, okay? It wasn't taxidermy. It was there for 19 years.
Oh wow.
Wow. So obviously, the current climate, politically, and the desire to control our language and thoughts has a huge thing to do with this, correct? Can we assume that,
Yeah,
given the
yeah,
point,
exactly.
19 years of nobody giving a fuck about this shit, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
now all of a sudden everybody fucking gives a shit.
yeah, that pisses me off. That pisses my
So,
valve off. My heart valve gets pissed off at that shit.
hey, this is your 3rd anniversary, okay?
That's
That thing
right.
needs to stay intact,
Calm,
motherfucker.
calm down, calm down. It's all right.
Blood
He's
pressure.
he's okay.
Everybody. All right. So,
Um,
so
Keep going.
what one thing they're trying to say. So, part of a playful circus theme, the man-made gorilla held his ground for 19 years. It was in a cage since it wasn't reinforced and could fall over if kids climbed on. So now they're trying to say that maybe it was a danger.
Yeah, they're trying. Yeah, probably. Uh, yeah, fuck it. They're idiots.
Let's see how the article goes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Most would say he never bothered anyone, giving only joy to children whose imagination and anything are anything but politically correct. But now, in his absence, memorials and growing crowds sit to fill the void. A protester sits in the cage, refusing to move until the gorilla is returned.
Hmm.
Mayor Denbao, however the fuck you pronounce that, said he's open to the gorillas returning in some form, due to the backlash from people who didn't support the decision to oust. So this is getting crazy shit on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, it got covered
It's
by
always
the
crazy
news.
shit on Facebook. I swear to God.
Make sure to stay on your mic, Miles.
I'm as close to my mic as I can be.
Okay, it's got you dropping out. Are you using the browser, or are you using the program on your machine?
Program. I'm assuming it's due to sensitivity.
I don't
So I'll just stay.
know.
Am I good now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It just sounds like you keep dropping out, and then I don't think you are. But
It's just sensitivity.
yeah, it's
I'm too
horrible.
far from the mic.
It's just not. We just can't make this thing happy.
Fucking
It's just,
son of
I'm-
a. It's either my computer or this fucking computer.
It's. I mean, it's Discord, for fuck's sake. It's horrible.
Hey, Discord's my bae.
It is pretty damn good. All right, keep going.
I got another one. Dude, I can do this all day, man.
Well, let's see if anybody has anything because it's like we've kind of red pill. You've kind of been sitting there just hanging out. You got something you want to talk about, man? Kind of take a course deviation, and is there something you're thinking about, man?
Is Red Pill even alive?
I think red pill's alive. Hello?
Did he blue pill? Maybe he fucking blue pilled.
He blue pilled. Hello.
Red Pill, did you blue pill?
Red Pill, did you pull a failure?
Red pill is typing. He goes, fuck. What is the matter? You're
I have no idea what is going on.
I don't know either what it happened. This is the tech man. My name is Chip. They always have, you notice it, they have like these names like Chip and Buddy, you know? Hello,
Hell,
my
we're
name.
like the most.
Yeah, that's
the
your
most
real name, dude.
American possible name.
Exactly. Yeah, you're really named Chip, aren't you, dude? Give me a fucking break.
Hey, how are you doing? My name is Kevin. Like, dude, your name's not Kevin. It's Kevin.
All right, he said he's been trying to talk with us for 30 minutes.
What the fuck?
I didn't know. I think it.
I am not noticing anything.
Check
Um,
or Red Pill, check your mic thing with the sensitivity because I know you turned it down.
Yeah,
for a while.
Turn it back. Yeah, turn it.
Yeah,
go to the
check
left.
putting it back on auto.
Yeah, just don't like pound the keyboard as much. Pound it. That's what was sounding like. It was pounding really heavy.
Hell yeah, pound it.
He's been talking the whole time and nobody heard him. Chris, yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, that was my screw up earlier, man. I was having problem with my keyboard. I had a wireless keyboard and the thing just went out and I couldn't. So I went and got an old reliable and brought it back in.
You gotta love old reliable.
Yep.
Apparently that happened to Andy today on the Kumite. He apparently he had muted himself and didn't realize it, and he said he was getting really like upset because he thought that people were ignoring him when he realized he had muted himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude.
I thought that was funny. Yeah, that's something I would do. That's completely something I would do because I'm not always paying attention to the computer when I'm like on a stream or something. Because as soon as I got to check something else or whatnot, and sometimes I just like to relax, just chilling. But sometimes it's just like that's something I could see myself totally doing is accidentally muting myself and then just be like, what? Why aren't they listening to me?
That's hilarious. Especially if you're on your phone. Sometimes you won't even pay attention to like what you click.
Right.
And speaking of phones, all right.
Yeah.
There's a woman suing T-Mobile store employee because he stole a sex video from her phone.
Wait, what happened?
Dude, oh yeah, man, I heard about that too.
I know you guys heard this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave. Like I won't read right into the article. This is the caption under the. So Keely Hightower, who's 24, is suing a T-Mobile store employee who emailed himself a sexually explicit video to himself from her phone. I like how they say to himself twice.
Keep going, man.
What's funny, so there's a picture of her, like hella smiling.
Mm-hmm.
The picture is courtesy of her. So she was like, hell yeah. Fucking put that picture of me on the internet.
God.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Now
That video is probably on Pornhub right now.
Yeah, this chick was really upset, man. Yeah. And apparently he had done it. No, he had got. That's right. He had done it before in another 2 other T-Mobiles, and they keep hiring this fucker back.
Let's see.
Read that damn thing, man, because it's crazy, man. The dude is just T-Mobile is obviously full of idiots.
Let's see what the article said.
All right, read that motherfucker.
So Keely Hightower thought the T-Mobile store employees was taking too long with her phone, so she looked through her apps, and after she left, just in case, everything seemed normal until she checked her email the next day. Instead of opening her inbox, it directed her to a trash folder, where she saw the unfamiliar email sent from her account with an attachment. When she opened the file that day in May. Oh, wait, what? This is written horribly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, hold on. I gotta read this just like it says, or I'm gonna sound like a retard. When she opened the file that day in May, my heart dropped, in quotations. Hightower, 24, told Tampa Bay Times this week. Dude, who the fuck wrote this shit? Alright, so it was a video that she kept on her phone as she was engaging in sex acts with somebody in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of her face were visible in some frames, she said. The recipient email address looked familiar enough for her to realize who sent it. Roberto Amirez Sanchez Ramos.
That was a lot of names.
Yeah, that's fucking 4 names. I could screen cap this shit. The employee at the T-Mobile store at 9600 66th Street North in Pinellas Park, who had worked on her phone the day before. She called police. Sanchez... This is written this is so hard to read.
Yeah, is that Pinellas Park, maybe?
Sanchez Ramos pleaded guilty to a computer offense charge with a sentence of 6 months to jail.
Dude.
Bro.
That's... Dude, like... Alright. So here's what trips me up. I wonder how many people have seen pictures of my dick that have worked on my phone.
Oh my god.
Seriously. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. This is a real situation.
The pictures.
Shit gets saved, man. You don't
Yeah.
fucking remember. You might have drank too much that night. Some girl might have been flirting with you a little more than normal. You might have felt a little spicy.
That's right. See, and just
So
just
you
because
know,
she forgot the fucking password on her phone, that's why you should always write your passwords down, people, or have them stashed somewhere. Remember, have a really difficult one that you can remember.
just write it on the back of your cell phone.
Yeah. See,
You'll never forget it.
I've got three basic passwords, man, and they're very complex, and they involve capitals and lowercase and certain other things, and then numbers, right?
Yeah, because you're a fucking scientist.
No,
That's why.
well, no, but I mean they're easy to remember though, you know. So
My passwords are all emojis.
yeah,
Nobody even laughed at that. I thought that was
Well,
hilarious.
I
did,
think
I
that's
did.
awesome, dude. That was funny as shit.
Obviously, that's not true.
No, I don't know if my microphone picked it up, but I went.
And
How
apparently,
funny would that be, though?
that
It
was,
was,
You-
it was like a nose laugh, and my mic doesn't always pick up nose laughs, but it always manages to pick up every time my bone cracks.
In 2 years, bone cracks. In 2 years, I guarantee you, they're gonna be like, "This is a case-sensitive password. You need a number, symbol, a letter, and an emoji."
And an emote and a hashtag.
Oh, and a hash. Well, that could be your character. You could use that or symbol or whatever.
smoke a hashtag. When I hear the word hashtag,
That was an ironically placed cough.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
from a vape. There was no weed involved in that, by the way.
Oh,
I don't smoke weed. I don't even know what it looks like, smells like.
but it's legal where you're at, so even if you did, it would be okay, right?
Wink.
Wink, nudge, winky,
Wink,
nudgy.
wink.
Yeah. I'm wink nudging. Nobody can see it through the microphone, but I'm like,
I felt
Wink
it.
nudging.
I felt it in my rib
See?
cage. Yeah, yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
I poked you right in the fucking third anniversary.
That's right.
Fucking.
Right.
Well, actually, no, mine's down the middle. That scar's like they had to crack me. They had to do they had to do the pecan opening.
Dude, they
thing.
straight walnut shelled you?
They fucking dead, dude. Straight down with the crank and everything.
That's insane. How crazy?
It
How
was,
fucking crazy is it to think about the fact that you like literally just got
dude. I had it done.
cracked open?
Dude, I got it done Friday morning at 5. Well, really, it wasn't until 11. I was a second up, so the dude was good and warmed up. That was a good thing, right? And so Friday at I think it was like right at lunchtime, I left, right, and went home.
Wait, so you were there in the morning and gone by fucking dinner?
No, by Friday. But it was Monday is
Oh,
when I
okay.
went in. I went in on Monday, had it
Monday.
done.
Okay.
Right, and then Friday by lunchtime I was gone. So less than 5 full days. Yeah.
Do they use a saw?
Yeah, of course. They open this. They do an incision. They have the bone saw, which they use to crack the sternum, right? And then
So
they have
they're straight.
they have a thing that they put in that they crank it and right, and it like spreads. It's called a chest spreader, and it spreads your ribs apart so they can work on it, right? And while they're doing that, they put you on a heart lung machine, so your blood's circulating through this device that reoxygenates it, right? While your heart, see, they got they literally they have to make the heart to where it's not working. So theoretically, some people would say you're dead. Some people, as long as there's oxygenated blood in my brain, I considered that I wasn't dead. My dad had a hard time when he had his, because he thought he was dead because of that shit. But anyway, so yeah, and they replaced it with a St. Jude TM Regent valve and a Dacron sleeve that goes with it. So because my aorta had done what's called an aneurysm, and what that means is it balloons out.
In your aorta, that's the output port. That's the output port from your heart, right? Like,
Yeah, that's the
big
main pipe that's coming out of your heart with the freshly pumped oxygenated blood. So that's got the most pressure behind it. So, and right where the aneurysm was right at that major point. So and there was a point where it was diagnosed in December to the day in March, to where I was like, that thing could have popped at any moment.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then you bleed out really fast. It's called the Kingslayer because I think it was, I want to say Charles the Third had it, and he died taking a shit. And he had strained so hard it burst his aneurysm in the aorta. So,
Jeez.
yeah, I know. He literally died on the throne,
So yeah,
metaphorically. So
he was on the call with God.
yeah.
So here's a random question.
Okay.
When you get your chest cracked, which is just, no matter how you think about it, insane. All right? Like that's just fucking crazy. Sorry, I'm trying to stay close to the mic. That's just crazy. Do you feel soreness at any other parts of your body? Like, I'm assuming you're definitely going to feel something in your chest, right?
Yeah.
But like since they're spreading your ribs open, do you get like sore in your back? Like, are there muscles?
No, no, no.
Other than
No, the right where it is, there's not many. If you feel down the center of your chest, you'll feel like some like skin and then bone right there. So there weren't any like
you're straight to your sternum. But I mean,
right.
like around the, like under your armpit area.
Right.
That doesn't get sore.
Well,
Because your
it did.
muscles are fucking moving so much.
Yeah, well, they did. Because they probably had to hold my arms back above my head, in a weird kind of way, because just so they'd have room to work and shit. And they have to inflate the lungs, every couple of breaths. So and they have to stop working and let the lung inflate and then deflate and then go back, right? And you're like doing like like I think it's like 15 breaths, every I can't remember. It's like a tenth of what you normally breathe, right? Just to keep the lungs from collapsing completely. So yeah, it's and then when you get out, and what was weird, man, is I didn't have any sutures or any kind of staples or anything. What they did was they had wire, and they tied the sternum together,
Jesus fucking Christ.
and they just put the skin together, and they had this vacuum thing, right? Which I thought was kind of cool because the scar is really hard to see now. And they said they said I would barely have a scar from that thing, and they're right. It's barely, the old school version you would have. It's called the zipper. I'm in what's called the zipper club. Because people have open heart surgery. It's like that's a thing and shit. But anyway, I don't know. Enough about me. But yeah, it was cool. But I'd be glad to talk to anybody about it anytime. It
Well, hey, Irate, it's not enough about you. This is your fucking third alive year.
That's right, man.
All right.
Yeah,
We're
that's right.
We're
That's
celebrating your third alive year. Okay.
right. Yeah, and yeah,
That's what tonight's really all about.
it is, man. In a way, it is. Yeah. So,
Hey, so I'm gonna tell you.
a little Mountain Dew here.
I'm gonna tell you the headline. That's good for your heart.
No, it's caffeine free, sugar free,
They do not make caffeine free.
flavor
Mountain Dew.
free.
It's just water. You're just drinking. You just open a can
It's
of
modified water. Exactly, man. Exactly.
Water. Hey, so don't get a heart attack over the beginning of this one, okay? All right.
Yeah.
Because the beginning of this headline might make you have a heart attack.
Okay.
Who's wrestling their microphone? Who's trying to send their microphone as a gift?
Not me.
Sounded like somebody was wrapping it up. Trying to send
It was Occam. I think Occam was fapping.
Damn it, Occam.
That was the craziest fap I've ever heard. It's
Yeah.
called the tinfoil fap.
Yeah, he's got tentacles and shit.
I was opening something.
I'm
You
fucking
were
with you.
tinfoil fapping, dude. Don't even lie. I recognize a tinfoil fap when I hear one. Which is funny because that really works for the opening of this article.
Cool. Read on, my bro.
This guy injected his dick with stem cells to try to make it bigger.
What the fuck?
So this fucking article is weird, dude. I don't even know why I picked it. So Ben Greenfield is a cult figure among fitness fanatics, a guru of the sort of nerds who devote themselves to meticulously monitoring their own biometric data for insight into their personal health. He has more than 50,000 Twitter followers, more than 60,000 Facebook fans, more than 30,000 YouTube subscribers. Now he may become known for something else entirely. Man, I can't talk. Injecting himself with stem cells, hoping it will make his dick bigger. That's fucking stupid, dude. So here's a quote from Mr. Greenfield himself. I want to take care of my body in the best way possible. He said that during a webinar earlier this month, in which he spoke to listeners while walking on a treadmill. So he didn't just say that like sitting in front of a camera. He's like doing that shit walking on a treadmill, probably at a sweatband.
I've got a theory. All right, now that you're reading this, my brain is putting everything together. It makes perfect sense, right? How about this? All right, Akam, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Dude, he's fucking tinfoil fleshlighting.
No, I have a bag that has some food in it.
You can you can mute your mic if you want to. I would appreciate it. I'm not being a dick, am I? Is that too much to request there? Just a little bit?
Hey,
Thank you, Akam. We appreciate it. All right,
if
so
you were a dick, you should inject some stem cells into it.
Well, here's the deal. All right, so if you use steroids, the body thinks that it's making enough testosterone, or maybe even too much, so it turns the testicles off, right? Your pituitary gland, right? Yeah. So what happens is over a long period of time, if a person uses enough, steroids, their testicles shrink because they're not producing anything. They're not, doing anything but making sperm. And after a while, they quit doing that because there's not the growth that they need to be doing. The body thinks, they're getting prepubescent or something, right? So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So his nards shrink, and that means that his willy, you're right, his willy is just not getting any bigger either. It's starting to shrivel too. So he's been injecting. He's always seeking. I would get into the psychology of this shit. This dude's always sought external methods and cheats. To get his musculature healthy and bigger, at least bigger looking, and not necessarily healthy at all. And so, yeah, he's going to cheat and try to make his dick bigger too, right?
Well, what I know. He's saying that he's having fun using what science has given us to make the body better.
Mm-hmm. See?
So what it says later is that Greenfield is something of a human experiment who's willing to try almost anything in the name of getting ripped. There you go. And some publicity.
Dude.
He has subjected himself to planet-rich plasma injections, stem cell injections, and sound wave therapy, all in search of a bodily enhancement and better health.
Well, he's definitely not a scientist.
His next quote is just fucking stupid as fuck. I live my life as an N equals 1.
What the fuck?
That's what he said. That's quote unquote. I didn't add a single fucking syllable in there.
I'm confused.
Yes. That's just
so apparently in November.
Oh, NE1? Like NE1? Like, do you get
N
it?
Equals 1.
NE1, right? Like an anyone, like an everyman or some shit, I guess.
That's
Yeah, but why wouldn't they write
you
down?
clever
Why
little
wouldn't
fuck you.
Yeah, he
why wouldn't they
thinks
put
he's
a
clever, doesn't he, man? He's trying to get some pussy, and he ain't. His dick's too small.
dude? He's straight jabbing it with stem cells right now.
No shit.
Like,
You talk about a complex, man. This dude is. He's
so this next paragraph is really long.
You don't have to read it. I mean, shit. We're kind of, at the place
Well,
where he's like, yeah, we've figured this fucker out.
I usually paraphrase shit when I read it. So in November, Greenfield, which is the guy that's jabbing fucking stem cells in his dick, visited a U.S. stem cell, a controversial clinic in Florida, to have his penis injected with his own stem cells. That's pretty crazy right there.
That is.
If the name of the clinic seems familiar, that's because it's the same Florida clinic that last year unintentionally blinded 3 patients. Unintentionally blinded 3 patients.
Wow.
Unintentionally blind 3 people.
That's because they injected them with stem cells.
Right. Why would they do that? To like maybe correct their vision to as like a therapy for like nearsightedness or some kind of degenerative blindness, something. I don't know, man.
Honestly, I read the whole paragraph just now. It doesn't specify why. It doesn't specify what those people went there for.
Wait, were the people doing it, were they legitimate medical?
Well, okay, so let me read the opening sentence again on that paragraph. In November, Greenfield, stem cell dick, visited U.S. Stem Cell, a controversial clinic.
Right.
So probably some sort of supposed alternative medicine style clinic that's not based in actual science.
Basically, and it's in Florida. I don't know if that makes it.
See, here's one thing that I have to say with supposed alternative medicines in general, and I'm not the first person to say this, but I think it's a good thing to say anyway. If something is classified as alternative medicine, it hasn't been proven to work, because if it was proven to work, then it would cease to be alternative medicine. It would just be in the mainstream. Labeled alternative medicine isn't going to work.
What the fuck is a stem cell going to do to make your penis?
Yeah, see, that's theoretical. That's all theoretical stuff. They're stem cell research, man, is in. I mean, it's in the earliest possible, phases. I think they're even trying to figure out how they work. What the mechanism is. How to trigger them, and then exactly start making them do what you want them to do.
Problem is he anyway, and probably some other people have like a misconception about like what the stems inject them into you and have it perform some sort of function. They're more like they can be manipulated in a lab to like I think they're working on being able to grow out of them, grow organs by like manipulating the cell to make it, grow into specific kinds of tissue. For example, maybe skin tissue for burn victims or something. That's the kind of thing they want to be able to do with stem cells, which there is legitimate science behind being able to potentially, but just being able to inject them into you and have them perform a function, that there's nothing's going to happen.
Look at stem cells like a microchip. All right, I can have a fucking handful of microchips and I can throw it in my fucking computer all I want, but it's not going to do shit unless I put them in the right place. I'm basically just throwing microchips at a computer.
So there is legitimate scientific basis for stem cells and stem cell research in the medical field, and it will serve more of a purpose in the future. But it's not just here, inject some of these or pop some of these stem cell pills, and more like growing organs, growing tissues. They'll be able to maybe reproduce art for somebody.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I could have fucking all the fucking chips in the world and I can throw them at my computer, but if I don't fucking put them in the right place, essentially it's just a waste of effort. So here's what he said. This is his exact quote. I wanted to go from good to great and get a bigger dick. I'm not gonna lie. That's why guys without erectile dysfunction do this.
God.
Apparently, this isn't a new thing.
No.
There's studies that say that people have been using stem cells to treat erectile dysfunction.
They've been using everything under the sun to treat it, man.
The stem cells were injected in the base of their penis. The men experienced limited side effects, and 8 of the 17 men were successfully able to get erections.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just shooting stem cells in your dick.
Right.
And apparently, over half of them worked.
Well,
That's
yeah.
fucking crazy.
Supposedly.
Right.
According to...
Go ahead.
Maybe, you know what? What if no one researched this? What if just you having erectile dysfunction, just getting a needle stuck in your dick fixes it?
Right. Exactly,
Has
man.
anyone researched
Sorry
that yet?
about that.
Like maybe just poking yourself with a needle might fix your fucking ED.
Like acupuncture or something like. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
They've used
exactly.
acupuncture in the past for that kind of stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, the Chinese, man. I mean, they're years ahead of shit. That kind of stuff. They've been, and they've got all these ancient, Asian methods of curing erectile dysfunction. Shark cartilage. Snake venom and shit, man. Cobra. Yeah, go ahead, man. I know where.
Oh, real quick. Well, to everybody that's listening, if you guys need my new snake venom lube, selling it on www.
There you go.
I absolutely. It really annoys me when I see people online legitimately talking about things like ancient methods that were used, back in the day, to cure different. It always annoys me when I see people trying to make those resurface in the modern world or something as if they have legitimate.
Right.
Most of them don't really do anything.
Right.
In fact, I almost guarantee you 100% of them don't do anything. And when they do, most likely it's a placebo.
Yeah.
Exactly. I honestly hope that everybody listening to this is over 18 right now. Because this shit, I can't, oh my God. I'm not going to read this whole article, but these next 3 lines are amazing.
Go for it.
Nonetheless, Greenfield said in the webinar that the procedure had made him noticeably better hung. All right, I'm just going to let that hang there for a second.
Yeah.
No pun intended. So, 3 or 4 days after the procedure, he said it was almost like it grew. This is bad. I'll read this out loud, dude. I really don't want to read this. This sucks, dude.
God.
Why am I the story reader of the night? His erections were also bigger. His penis got harder. And his orgasms were better.
Oh God.
The better orgasms.
Yeah, then that has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with any of that shit, dude, because that's the prostate.
Dog. Stem cells. Straight up. See, you better buy some stem cells right now, Irate. Fucking inject that.
Yeah, right.
Masturbating will never be the same.
Dude, I don't even need the little blue pill, man. I never have.
Nor should you.
No, exactly, man. And I'm an old fucker, man, and and I'm very happy. I would just put it that way, man. 24 years of awesomeness. So
Here, I'm not done. All right,
I think it's
so
funny when
hold on. You guys can talk after because this you guys are gonna laugh. So the better orgasms, he said, might be a placebo effect, but the anatomical changes in size, quote unquote, cannot be denied. Now wait, this is a direct quotation from this person. I haven't taken out a ruler, but when inside my wife, she can tell.
oh, that's funny.
what I think is hilarious is the fact that like there's people like him that expect other people to believe that these supposed experiences or even experiments or whatever and the results are true without the being like redone by other people and peer reviewed and stuff like how do we know it's true if other people that aren't biased go out and do a controlled experiment and replicate it and get the same results.
Right.
Well, if you look earlier up in the article, it says 8 out of 16 people. That's a pretty goddamn good study, right? Oh, 8 out of 17. Shit, it's not even a 50-50. It's fucking like 48%.
Yeah. Well,
like him,
it's still not bad. It's still not, yeah, whatever. I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it's psychological. Unless they've
I'm gonna run down to the store right now and buy some stem cells. I'm injecting those in my dick right now.
See,
They sell those at Long's Drugs, right?
CVS. It's cheaper.
What I don't understand is why are stem cells being wasted at facilities that apparently that aren't apparently there must be facilities where non-legitimate science is being done with stem cells. Why are those facilities allowed to be getting the stem cells to give to people to waste on things like this instead of keeping them where legitimate science is going to be done and progress is going to be made toward like growing tissue and organs?
You know what? To add on what you just said, who the fuck is walking around with a fucking like ice chest full of stem cell syringes?
Right.
Like, how often are they fucking just pounding that shit in their dick? Are they just walking around just like, oh, it's fucking stem cell time. Gotta go to the bathroom. Wow. Fucking just a dick full of stem cells out of nowhere. Like, where the fuck's that even coming from?
Oh,
like,
man.
Seriously, do you think, like, does medical insurance cover that? Like, do they just give you, like, oh shit, here's your weekly supply of fucking dick cells.
Dick cells.
Pound that into your meat.
I don't know, man. It's like they talk about Obamacare like covering like Viagra and shit, but to be honest with you, I've yet to see any kind of insurance company pay for anything, like that. Like all the guys that I know that are having problems like that, they have to pay for that shit out of their pocket.
Viagra,
insurance company should cover that. I don't think insurance companies should cover that. That's a personal.
No, they shouldn't. No. That's
no. I could see how an insurance company could particularly like cover that for whatever reason, but not fucking slamming stem cells into your rod.
Slamming it.
You know what I mean? Like,
yo, I do, dude. Trust
me.
Do you
think that when they do that, do you think they tie off part of their dick like a fucking heroin junkie does? They
probably have to. No, they're probably sticking into the meat part. It's probably like an intermuscular. Yeah.
And then they take it off. Oh yeah, dude, stem cells. I'm fucking stem celled up right now.
Holy moly!
I'm gonna fuck my sister.
Our cousin, right? Take it all around, bring it full circle. Because man, it is the top of the hour.
It is the top of the hour. It's exactly 10:01 if you're in California.
AP is down in the AP, if you want to come in and hang for 5 minutes, we'll stretch it out longer. If you want to hang and talk about
Yeah, we'll stretch it out considering we're talking about
stem cells.
Hey,
God, somebody got the joke. God damn.
He's supposed to teach me how to kumite still.
Man, you're good at it. What do you mean?
He
No,
said he
no
needs to
bullshit.
teach me how
Shits
to
his
kumite
pants every time he
properly.
hears the name Ray or Savage
Yeah, probably. That was
or
really
Knobs, as
bad.
he
I call him Knobhead.
Knobs.
Knobhead.
I love that
Knobs.
shit. Where is he,
That
man?
guy, man.
Hop in my
That's fucking-
Discord.
I'd rather be a fucking knobhead than a stem cell dick.
You
I don't know, man.
Yeah, fucking poor,
Straight up. I
poor,
don't know, like,
poor bullshit is getting gang raped right now.
Jesus, believe it.
Let's see. Yeah, he wants the.
What's the Discord? The Discord.
Let me hold on a second. He's in my server. I know.
Go
Hey,
to the
wait,
waiting room.
Irate's pop, Irate. AP's popping.
Probably.
All right,
Yeah.
let me run to the bathroom.
Run to the bathroom, dude.
I'm fucking gonna sprint. Okay.
Go for it.
I got stem cells to put in my dick.
And come to the general voice, and I'll yank you in, man. There he is. Speak of the devil. What's up, bub?
Hey guys.
Hey,
going
man.
on?
AP.
We're just talking about dicks and stem cells and shit. What are you doing, man?
What are you trying to grow a second dick? That's the only thing I can think of if you're fucking around with dick.
Well, you know, this dude is like he's this fitness guy, and he obviously uses external means. You know, the easier, softer way to, you know, get things done. And he's been sticking his dick with injecting it with stem cells, and he claims to have some type of growth, or you know, not well, you know, some type of significant.
Like with a needle into his dick?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This doesn't work as a topical? You can't just rub it in? Oh, no.
Hard.
Yeah. No. Normally I use the term sticking. The only time I use the words sticking needles into my dick is when I'm telling somebody about something I don't want to do, and I'm like, yeah, right after sticking needles into my dick.
Exactly,
No.
man.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to pass on that. I don't care how big it gets. It's cool. I mean, this guy's over here like rub some stem cells on it. You get 4 more inches. It's natural. I'm over here like there's nothing natural about a 20-inch penis, guys. Nothing.
Well, you know, and I was explaining to them, you know, how like it works if you're roiding, and how the testicles shrink because, you know, the pituitary gland says we're making too much testosterone, so we need to, you know, turn the balls off for a little bit, right?
Never
And
turn the balls off, sir.
well, that's the point, you know, because you're injecting roids. That's why their nuts shrivel up, man. Right? The pituitary thinks it's making too much shit, so it says, well, we're going to turn the balls off for a while. And if you keep doing it, they keep the balls off and they shrink, right? And then, you know, your willy shrinks as a result of that. And so this dude is probably, you know, working at a severe deficit, you know, and he's trying to, you know, once again, take the easy route to make his dick bigger, and he's, you know, he's sticking it and injecting all kinds of.
Hold on, Irate Prostate. I gotta ask you, like, did you just fucking use the words "take the easy route" and prescribe sticking needles into your cock as the easy route?
Exactly,
No,
man.
The
Wait a
easy
second.
route is
Wait
a
a second.
pump. The easy route is a weight or a pump or a cream or a pill that'll make your dick bigger. The easy route is not 14 daily injections of fucking abortion juice.
No, we're talking about fucking putting needles in your dick with stem cells.
Dude, I mean, really.
It's an amazing thing.
Man, the only baby juice in my dick is mine.
That's right,
put my
baby.
foot down,
that
man.
baby batter's yours and yours alone, right?
That's right. I'm sending stem cells out, not putting them in. No.
I wonder, is that right after it goes in, where does it go from there? Where does it just
I wonder how much money you have to donate to AP. Like, what part of his Patreon gift list is
would get me to send you baby juice? Oh shit!
Where do you get that at?
$10 plus postage.
Shit, does it come refrigerated or is that just straight dried out?
I mean, I can put another $5 in there. I'll go scoop you up some dry ice from the local Albertsons. Put it in there with it. It'll be fine.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
I might maintain it.
Yeah, you can thaw it out, and then it's wonderful for jokes. If you just cover tampons in the shit, it's fucking hilarious.
Dude, next thing I know, my girlfriend's pregnant with a frog. What the fuck is this shit? I'm like, sorry, I didn't tell you. I artificially inseminated you with frog semen.
You got. If I had a nickel for every time I had to say that,
you would probably have a nickel.
I have accidentally injected you with frog semen. I have to go. I have deleted my number out of your phone. And I hope we never encounter each other again. Have a nice day.
Well,
I'm changing my email.
If it's any consolation, his name's Tad. So, you know, Tadpole. Get it? So.
No one saw that coming. Fuck yeah! Impregnated with a frog, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Jesus Christ. Where are we taking this show? What is going on?
Oh,
I'm taking this show into fucking space. That's what happens.
Let's
Man.
go.
I'm like inviting Tony Clifton to your show, man. We're going to space with it.
Dude, this is some Tony Stark meet you at the star shit right here.
Final frontier.
Fucking savage, dude. We can go to the abyss. We can have a kumite here if you want, man. Hey, wasn't I supposed to teach Ray how to kumite?
Yeah, you were supposed to, Pete. Every time I tagged you in a chat, you ignored me.
I'm sorry. It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's that a lot of times we're watching My Circle, and I'm looking at a different screen and not the chat. That's the truth. Think about how much My Circle happens.
I'm joking. I really don't care if people.
You know what? You put too much stem cells in your dick. That's the problem.
You want your first tip for kumite success as I teach in my style of kumite fighting?
How? What do I do?
Use a Ugandan knuckles picture. And then what I want you seriously, and then what I want you to do, I want you to come up with 100 retorts to somebody making fun of you being a dead meme. Because everybody you fight is going to go down that road and you will be able to annihilate them first round, 90% of your opponents. And that's the same for me. Oh, look, he's a fucking Pepe. Well, first of all, I'm not. Second of all, I have about 100 fucking comebacks for that. It's instant death if you go up that road with me. And most people know it. So, and not because it's not, and just because I know what you're going to, I'm prepared for that. That was the first 10 episodes of Kumite. So, like, that's my advice to you, is stop having a cool avatar and change your avatar to something like universally considered lame, and be prepared.
No bullshit.
Yeah, turn it into like no bullshit's avatar.
And then no bullshit's avatar.
Like something from a silent movie, right?
What, like some Charlie Chaplin type shit?
No, like me, like mine.
No, Irate was referencing himself. No, it's got to be much worse. It's got to be a dead meme. Got to be completely dead meme. Something cringy as fuck.
Oh,
what's the deadest meme of all time? What is the meme that will never come back?
What is the deadest meme of all time?
Oh, it's got to be the Duggars. It's not a clown car. It's a vagina. It's not a clown car meme. Do you remember that one?
Where's the beef?
I think that
might be the deadest, oldest.
Nobody's gonna remember that though, IP man. Only
what is the
only a codger like myself, or somebody that was like a toddler.
The feminist "we can do it" thing. That's probably the first meme. Some men fucking made that, and they're like, stupid fucking bitches. Like, you can do it, housewives.
Yeah.
Hey, this is hella off subject, but it just fucking made me laugh because I thought about it. I fucking donated like money to fucking AP and Ghastly's face reveal stream. Didn't fucking write shit. Just kept donating money on accident. I was like, I kept trying to type, and like AP actually read one of mine. He was like, Miles Beats, $20. Thanks. Didn't say shit. Okay, so
nothing to say.
It seems like for $20 you'd want me to do a little dance or something. Most people are like, here's $20, do the Obama voice and say Michelle's a man. Michelle's a man.
She's got a huge one, a huge dick.
Ghastly hates that. He'll be like, I don't do fucking performance. Fuck you. I'm not a fucking puppet. I don't do performance on command. I'm over here. I do performance on command like a motherfucker.
I'm not your trained monkey.
Send me a super chat. I'll get up and dance on the desk for you.
Hell yeah.
Save it.
You know what? Next time you're on stream, I'm gonna fucking donate $20 and I want to see you do the worm.
I'll tap it. Oh, I can do the worm. I can do that shit.
Do the worm? You can't do the worm.
Better believe it. Sorry, I'm getting very high.
Did you get a head off that? That's also going to ask.
Yeah, I was just on the Ancapistan broadcast. Their backyard blood sports broadcast. Not bad. I was not prepared for what I was walking into, but I walked out without blood on me, and I think some new friendships were forged. So it was a good time.
Nice.
Hey, forging friendships is not easy, man. You gotta fucking get out there. You gotta get that hammer. You gotta hit that hammer.
YouTube,
It was difficult, man.
It's
It
a
was
nefarious situation at times, you know.
Well, I mean, when I heard the
never
name
know, man.
Backyard Blood Sports, of course, I thought I was going into a lesser version of the Kumite.
You thought it was original at first, right?
Well, I thought it was going to be more of a hardcore bats with some barbed wire
That's
wrapped
right,
around
Negan.
it.
That's right, Negan style.
Negan.
Powerbomb and thumbtack matches. I went in there like, oh, I'm gonna wrap my fists up in fucking rope and dip them in fucking caramel and M&Ms. We can do this the old way.
What's that goddamn Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where they did that shit?
Kickboxer.
Kickboxer, man.
Yeah,
Kickboxer.
No shit.
Glass and shit.
Well, I went in there and they're talking about the finer points of theology, basically, and I'm like, so, and I mean they're doing this in like an academic sense, like they're smart cats out there, and I'm over here like, do you have a moment for me to discuss my love of the blue whale with you?
God damn it.
But isn't that?
My God,
don't you
the
remember?
seventh day.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say the Seventh Day Adventist that I was kind of going up against at the time. I thought I was just going to either turn him or slay him. He was like Jim. He's such a sweet boy. Like I had no choice but to love him despite his handicap of not hailing the whale.
He killed you with kindness.
He did. He did.
For some reason, I just picture a picture of like a frog just coddling an adult male, like just gently feeding him milk.
Yeah, it was cool, but the point I was trying to make though is that I don't want to stop in the middle because it sounds like I'm dicking on him. Not at all. It wasn't what I expected. It was very they got some smart people on there. It was actually a lot less energy than you would get on your normal morning Kumite or your normal King Carl Borderlands stream, Outlands.
Well,
not bad at all.
Here's a question though. I mean, is that really internet blood sports, or is that just a rebranding of fucking debate?
No, it's a blood sport. Like, no, Ju Kim will call you a cunt in a hot second, dude. Like, but no, it's just if you tried to, it's different audiences that dictate the show more or less, right?
Right.
The Kumite audience probably would not stand for that conversation.
No, we'd be asking for the suicide hotline.
Yeah, the Warski audience would have done pretty well.
Yeah.
But
that's more JF's right.
Yeah, with the high level of interactivity we have with streams and being able to talk to the audience, have them talk back, the audience kind of dictates what kind of show it is, because you're not gonna, if people hate you, they're gonna fucking tell you. You're either gonna change what you're doing so you stop sucking, or they're gonna leave. So like you've almost got to pitch your guests versus what your audience is, and so yeah, I think that while it may not be for the entirety of the Kumite audience, the Warski audience would definitely like it, and I thought it was a good time. I had a good time over there, so thank you to those guys for having me on.
Fantastic.
The only part I saw of that was it was in between streams because I did 2 back-to-back streams tonight. And I come in and I turn it on and all I hear is them asking Leo Pirate about the JQ and saying, do you believe like Jews are the chosen people or something? And him going, yes, they are, by Satan. That was like all I heard. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's some trippy shit right there.
Yeah. But that's
Oh.
So it sounded like a good one. So do you think AP on your personal? Do you think that Ray's a decent addition to what we call the CREEM stream here? Do you like the combo here?
I'll tell you what I do like. I like the craft. I can see you've grown. I like the craft services table you had out front. You had in the green room for us. That was nice. You've got some extra pillows in here. I see you put some new black lights and posters on the wall there, man. I mean, it's looking nice in the studio. Ray.
I like how he completely avoids the fact that you provided all of the M&Ms up, so he only got the green ones.
I actually dipped my fists in those M&Ms because I'm still looking for a Kumite. So I'm sorry that I put my hands in the candy. I just want to let you guys know, don't go grabbing out of those bowls anymore. Now, to answer your question, Ray is a lovely young lady. I think that she will make a welcome addition to any show as a co-host that she's offered. And I think if she learns to cut with her blows a little deeper, be a little more surgical about it, be like Chun-Li with them kicks, I think she could be a powerful Kumite combatant in the future.
I should have said to No Bullshit Live what I said to him in DMs a few days later, which was that I didn't even think he was that ugly. Like a 5 is average, and I said he was a solid 4.
Well,
he was very sad. He was a very sad man.
Now, if you've ever watched Knobs, now I do, because I'm fucking stupid or something, I don't know. I do watch these debates every day. Like I'm either watching it, listening to it, or I'm on Kumite. So Knobs has a technique that he uses every time, and people fall for it. And he still loses the fight in the end if it's a vote, because the chat hates him for it. But here's how every Kumite with no BS starts. Like if you start going at him, okay, go on. So you think this? So you think that? Oh, okay. Okay. That's how he's going to do you for about 5 minutes, and he's making mental notes of everything you're saying. Then he flips it all of a fucking sudden, and he goes on the attack.
So you're saying... Yeah, go for it.
So what you're saying...
Yes.
What I'm saying is crush him in that first fucking 5 minutes, and he's done. Don't give him all that fucking ammo. Don't give No BS the amount of rope he needs to hang you. Yeah. And you won. I mean, I just don't want to see you get, I don't want to see you get so scuffed up in those battles.
Don't get scuffed. Yeah, keep your elbows and knuckles clean. If anything.
I should have been meaner. I didn't want to come off as like too spurgy, but I should have been meaner. There was a lot I wanted to say. I was holding back.
Yeah, the idea is to slay them as fast as possible, I would think, and go for, you psychologically, you've gotten inside that dude's head, and you know exactly what destroys him, and just fucking use it until he fucking starts crying. I mean, that's basically what you have to do.
He's a very sensitive man. I had a long DM conversation with him, and I'm not about to leak what was said, but I can come away and say he's a very sensitive man.
I handed you a weapon in that fight, Ray. I handed you a weapon from the side of the ring, and you didn't take it. Don't you remember in the beginning of when y'all were talking, he said, blah, blah, I'm fat, and I went, he is fat, though. And then he went on that little rant. He went on that little rant about, yeah, everyone fucking calls me fat. I'm getting sick of that shit. I'm like, Ray, call him fat. Call him fat, Ray. Go in on his fucking appearance.
Dude, I need to get on this Kumite. I need to get on.
He does look like a fat little chipmunk.
Fucker said it perfectly. He looks like a 40-year-old divorced dad.
With the teeth and shit.
Who works at Target.
I'm a big fan of the art of verbal blood sports, of dueling with words, man. And some of the people out here, because it's almost like everyday radio, but they're honing this art, and people are getting better at it. And I love seeing it. I couldn't believe what Carl pulled off today for it.
I missed like half of his things. I was having to get my prescription.
I missed that too, man. And everybody was talking about, what did he do, man? Break it down.
He took on. Okay. He went in there to cut a promo on Medicare. Andy messages Medicare. Medicare shows up, interrupts his promo. He starts having to go at Medicare. Medicare, I think failure was screen sharing at the time. For a minute, he thought that it was a work and Carl was just me doing a Gulf City voice. So once we assured him Carl was a thing, he was a real person, he was here to fight. Andy then kind of Jim's like, who the fuck is this and why am I here? I have stuff to do. Like, have you seen my subscriber count? People are waiting for their fucking videos, assholes. So then Andy kind of, I guess, as an instinct that, oh shit, man, maybe this wasn't a great idea, jumped in and started going at Carl, and Carl was taking blows. Well, then Carl starts doing the King Carl thing with Andy, and he flips it. And then Andy's in here like, fuck you, Carl. Like Carl breaks him down to King Carl's level, and they are having a fucking old school fuck you, you stupid cunt Kumite. And then,
so did he use the N-word, or did he refer to Worski as a Jew at all?
Well, that's when Carl started to win, was because Worski's like, what are you saying about glow-in-the-dark CIA black niggers? And he's like, Carl's like, whoa, I never said black niggers. They could be any kind of fucking niggers. You're a fucking racist, Worski. So now you got King Carl calling you a racist.
That's brilliant. God damn, he is good, man.
So
Shit.
basically, Carl's in the ground and pound, and he's about to finish it off, and he's all like, "And that's why you probably got touched when you was a kid." And Andy's like, "No, Andy's like, no, really, that's not funny. That happened. Should you not bring that shit up?" And then like Carl's fist stops in midair, and Carl gets off of Andy, and he goes, "Me too, man. Me too." And they hug, and that was the end of the Kumite.
Yeah, I came into the part right after that, where Andy was like, "No, it really did happen."
Yeah, I wouldn't be just telling that kind of business unless Andy said it in front of way more people. Like that, yeah. Like, and then Andy and Carl, they declared the Kumite's first friendship finisher. And Jim, who's standing on the sidelines of all of this, still has a very confused look on his little blank face with his headset. You know how Medicare looks with his 5-star cap, and he looks over at the booth at us, and we're like, we look at him and just give him the shrug, like, I don't know what you're supposed to do now, Jim. And so Jim, he calls a tie between him and King Carl because he has no idea what a King Carl is. He's got to go research exactly the genus and species of a King Carl and figure this fucking thing out that he encountered today. But
God damn it, dude.
And the chat was upset. The chat was mad about it. I was in love with this. I'm like, this is the greatest fucking Kumite you guys have gotten in months.
Yeah, I see that.
See, and it was organic. Right, exactly. You're right, AP, man. It was organic. I'm fucking kicking myself for missing it, man. I don't have a good excuse for why I'm fucking in again. I'm pissed.
I'm just getting my legal drugs at the pharmacy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How the fuck do I get on the Kumite? What do I have to do?
You gotta call somebody out, Bella.
Well, I mean, it's kind of, you know, the Kumite comes to you. I cannot express this enough, and Tonka went into it today. As somebody who is on that show 2 or 3 times a week, the Kumite will come to you. Like, the worst thing you can do to, unless you've got some big fight, you know, then yes, send a DM to failure.
Hey, you know what? A lot of people have told me that me and you are the same.
You and me are the same person.
Like the same fucking, no, not the same person, but the way that we talk and the way that we fucking move, like words around and shit.
Well, maybe you and me should go in there and kick someone's ass one day.
Oh, what I was saying, let's go against each other. You want to fucking? I don't think if we double team somebody, that'd be fucked up. You're a contributor
and you're a patron of the Gulf Cities. You contribute to the taxes of Gulf City, like every citizen, which allows you the Gulf City protection. That doesn't mean that we take you on a Kumite and slay you. That means like I would do a run-in if someone else was slaying you and help you out.
Is there a 2v2?
I mean, if there's beef, yeah. If someone wants to have a go, dude, I would put it up the chain of command and hope, you know, if we are offered a spot, we'll go do the job.
Dude, I think it would be fucking pretty dope if there was an AP and Miles versus 2 other unsuspecting horrible souls.
Well, I wouldn't call myself unsuspecting and horrible. I mean, I held the belt. Like
you're on my team. So it'd be me and you against.
Oh, okay. You mean other people who happen to be? I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they're just waiting to they're like, yeah, I feel like getting destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people. If someone wants to commit suicide, you know, and sacrifice themselves to the blood gods, I'll go out there. I've got plenty of material. We can
show them. We can show them the krill. We can make them hail the blue whale. I mean,
if I have a motherfucker's Twitter and a picture of them in front of me, that's their ass.
Destroyed.
I've been through a divorce. I went through a bad divorce. There is nobody out there who hasn't done some shit like that is going to get a win on me. I know hatred and hopelessness and pain that most men will never know.
You are one of the you are one of the gods, Dark. That sounds really bad.
I'm the man now, dog.
Somebody's getting fucking eaten alive, okay?
No, but to answer your question, how would somebody get on the Kumite? You would probably DM failure on Twitter. That's a good way. You know, if you've got some beef with somebody, you want to talk to them, I would suggest you have that worked out with the other person first. Like they already agree to go on. And then the worst thing you can do, and Tonka yelled this today, that's why I'm saying it's not coming from my brain. He said it today, was don't keep hitting them. Don't like jump up and down for attention in the chat or keep DMing and keep DMing. Like let them come to you. If
Don't
there's
be
some
a
beef,
Well,
yeah, someone will approach you.
Here's the deal. I got called
I've
out.
never even hit anybody up.
Was that you? When did you get called out? Was that
Well,
you?
yeah, it was. I don't know.
It wasn't. I know exactly who they were talking. So it wasn't you because I
Yeah,
saw the guy in the
no,
chat.
but he said Irate. It was failure, and then Tonka said something to the fact of, man, now hold on now. You know, it was kind of like a. I think he was kind of signaling to me that he really was kind of fucking with me because he said Ray's name too. You remember that, Ray?
Yeah, failure said I had a failure set to keep doing my stream.
Right, and he kind of basically said the same thing to me, except not to be. He basically said, "Don't be Maury from fucking Goodfellas."
Well, I mean, we've never, to be honest, I mean, I've never had any reason to discuss you with anybody, like just because what the
Yeah, hey,
fuck?
look, no. This is kind of
I've
like.
never heard anyone say they didn't like you. Like I've never heard that out of anybody.
Well, and it's not about that. But I didn't think I've been hitting anybody up. I kind of like made a declaration about a month and a half or 2 months ago, saying that I was not going to do that anymore. You know, and that if anything was going to happen, it was going to come to me. Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of I don't know, it hit me by surprise. I did maybe request a thing on his Discord, but I didn't think that was and I don't know. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I was just
Well, there's also the possibility that, and any of us could fall victim to an offhand rib that came one way because somebody's on the air and mentions your name. You can't just talk back to them. And when it's your name in a rib, it's possible that it might come off as something more than that when it's just somebody just giving you a little rib because they know you.
And sometimes, if you see somebody's name and you're talking in the middle of something and you see a name pop up, you might throw that out. It's like, oh yeah, blah, 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 I see you out there, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I'm saying? It was just it's kind of like a nod and kind of like a, it's part of you try to incorporate it as a part of your what you're saying, you whether it be a monologue or whatever.
Dual Wield is in the chat telling Miles Beats to shut the fuck up. Unfortunately, Miles, I believe you have a rap battle in your near future, and some beef is being started right here on the Cream Stream in the chat. Dual Wield, don't take that shit, and he does spit hot fire. Are you aware of this?
AP, I am fucking posting on Dual Wheels side.
Yeah, he's Dual Wheels' gay lover. Yeah, they've been lovers for about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I knew they were up in each other's booties, but I mean, Miles got the beats and Dual spits that hot fire. But I just wanted you to know you might have a rap battle in your near future. I mean,
God damn it,
dude, am I not getting a gimmick? Are you Miles B? Am I talking to Dual Wield right now?
No, you're talking to Miles Beats.
He's
yeah,
the
was
Beats,
really
man.
the same guy the whole time? Because that'd be fucking hilarious.
He's
how
funny
weird
as
would that
shit.
be? No, it's fucking. You're talking to Miles Beats.
I would have had an oh shit moment. You would have gotten oh shit moment like when Misa turned out to be black. Right after I called her.
That's funny. That was great, man. I was rolling. Oh,
she
Bubba.
still talks about that. She still,
Bubba.
She still talks every time I show up in the chat. Like somebody will bring that up.
I'm still black.
Hey, Duel says he wants to fucking kumite me.
Oh. Well,
Shit. Me and Duel should do a fucking kumite. What's he saying? I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. Alright, Duel. That's
Weird the net.
it's weird fucking reading my own profile.
Well, I'm documenting this right now as we speak, and I will definitely have it excised and isolated for you to use in case you need it.
That shit.
I will definitely do it.
What's the barbarian lately? We heard from Beardy lately. He's been out. We need big dump.
Fucking, I did it.
Why am I talking like failure? What am I doing?
Well, Beardy, man, man, he is a wanted man. Not in a bad way. He is. He's obviously becoming in demand because we're supposed to be doing something.
I just did a stream with him 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah. So he's out and about, dude.
He's alive. He's still kicking.
I felt special tonight. I had 2 streams I was doing. I was like, oh.
He and Alex Jones were supposed to do something too.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. God damn it, me.
Turn the frogs gay.
I have to
God
do a
damn
fucking
it.
stream after this stream.
Every time they bring up the gay frogs.
That's what I'm saying. Buy a nickel for every time somebody can. And see, this is a good example of what we were talking about. I know where people are gonna come at me, and you gotta have a person, you gotta have a persona like that too.
Yeah,
oh, well, did they make the frogs gay? I got about 20 for that. Oh, are you fucking dead meme? I got about 50 for that.
AP.
What else you got? Do you know me? Oh, so you have nothing else. Have you seen the cartoon? No? So you really have nothing else? Oh, I cracked my knuckles.
I got one.
Duel.
You fucking imposter!
I got one.
I'm the real Miles Beats.
Shut the fuck up, Miles. I don't know. Like what else was I supposed to say, dude?
Fuck yeah!
I know what
somebody
AP
stoned,
stands for
man.
now. I finally figured out what AP stands for.
Advanced placement.
Always pimping.
Anal Pepe.
Oh, Anal Pepe! Fuck yeah! You could be writing jokes for Adam Warski with your level of talent.
This kid right here.
Yeah. Hey, you know, maybe Miles Beats. Maybe you got your mild beats. Fuck yeah! Because you're not hot. Because you don't spit fire like dual wield. Fuck yeah!
I'm hotter than those fucking pockets, you microwave motherfucker.
Oh.
Hey, but you're cold like an ice cream sandwich, and Tonka's gonna eat you. Fuck yeah!
Shit.
You're the only ice cream sandwich that's got no chill.
God damn.
You guys need to hire that drummer.
That's not even an ice cream sandwich. That's a fucking. I don't even know what that is. That's
No,
fucking not a
Well,
sandwich
you
anymore.
know,
Now we're just to point out, Ray. I hope you're paying attention. Now we're now talking about ice cream sandwiches. I have taken him out of his wheelhouse of the Pepe thing, using Adam Warski impression, and now we're in the wheelhouse of ice cream sandwiches where I cannot lose.
oh, so he's doing, man. He's like 4D chess and that stuff, man.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
I'm here for the trim. That's all I'm
I
here for.
charge $250 for my lessons.
I promised
yeah.
Ray. I promised Ray I would give us some Kumite training. Oh,
Excellent.
yo, you wanna rap battle me?
You don't have fucking hand in your shirt.
What?
I may not have my hand in the shirt, but I'm gonna put your face in the dirt.
Oh,
But I got my hand up your girlfriend's skirt.
You got your hand in your shirt looking like Napoleon. You fucking look like a tricolor. I call you Neapolitan. Wait,
Well,
I should.
well,
write
hey,
that one.
I might look like Neapolitan, but tonight it's gonna be your mama's assholeman. Fuck yeah!
Oh shit, that was actually really good.
Invader
Fire!
That
Alpha
was
Tomb of
actually really
Solomon.
good.
Fire!
God damn it. Where's your channel at? I'm gonna fucking subscribe right now.
Which one?
I don't know, dude. Just
Don't look for
fucking
the
send
dead
me a
ones.
link. I'm gonna subscribe to it. Just send me a link.
By the
I
way,
think-
AP, that Kumite track, almost done.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, we were talking.
Hey.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, man.
No,
Sounds
seriously, AP,
wicked.
It's gonna be lit.
That'll be the hot fire.
Hey, am I featuring on that one?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
gonna
wait, no, wait. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, dude.
fuck yeah.
I'm
I
100% in favor of the beats and the new songs and the hot fire out of YouTube.
Yeah. Anything
So that,
new,
like-
man. Fuck.
Any collaborations coming from the two of you are greatness.
Yep.
You guys have no
Talented.
idea
on
how
my
many
computer.
refrigerators
Man,
we replaced.
That's
due to
who's
all this
missing
hot
is
fire.
fucking T-Tac. Where is that dude?
Probably breastfeeding his children.
Everybody, crickets. Nobody
Alma
knows.
Kekastani says, anal Pepe only when dealing with Charlotte Sarter. Fuck yeah!
God damn it. You know, every time you do that, I don't picture that. I picture fucking Rick.
I gotta stop doing it. Like, that was the last fuck yeah to me for at least a week. I don't want to
Yeah.
take somebody else's joke and destroy it.
I feel like you're gonna do it again.
It's kind of, it's turning into a
Not gonna
meme.
happen.
It's memeing, dude.
It's gonna happen.
It's
It's
on-
gonna
What
happen.
about-
It's on the hit parade there, bro.
Yeah, I know how far to take the fuck yeah thing, and trust me, dude, if it goes any further than this, it's
Right.
gonna be cringy
Hey,
as fuck.
Yeah, it's break
If you
time.
just won $4,000 on a scratcher, what would you say?
Holy shit, I'm rich. Fuck the Jews.
Awesome.
Now that's genuine AP right there. We can get that distilled and bottle that shit.
You wouldn't say fuck yeah?
Then we would have another Holocaust.
God, is this Auschwitz?
What do you think about that?
It could be. In a perfect world.
This right here is a dangerous place to live in, okay?
You know what's really dangerous is a world where like 97% of the wealth is in the hands of one fucking ethnic minority that has one fucking religion and has taken their holy land back in the middle of a fucking place that nobody fucking wants them there and completely despises them. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And then nuclear arm that country and put a fucking wall around it. That's dangerous.
No. You know what else?
The Jews. I'm naming
You know what else is dangerous? It's a place that somebody would walk around the internet looking like a fucking angry Pepe. Maybe just an internet meme that was walking around trying to persuade people that that's what's dangerous.
I remember earlier hearing that if you try and bring that up, there's a death wheelhouse.
Yeah, no, he already told me that. I'm waiting for the Kumite invitation.
I just, man, AP, man, I got to get just some kind of promise there. You will come on the damn CREEM stream at least once a month, even if it's for 10 minutes, man. I love it. I love you, man. I love it when you hang out. I'm not gay for you or anything like that. I mean, I just like, you know, you're so entertaining.
If you swim in the pond with the gay frog water. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
You know that voice actor that does your spiel, man. It's like I'm the one that said, and he does look like David Lee Roth.
Why does my spirit animal look like a bald Brendan Fraser? What the fuck happened to this?
No, but you're better looking than Brendan Fraser, I think. It's David Lee at the king of his game, man.
You're already much. How do you have a spirit animal? If you're a frog, do you what's your spirit animal?
It's human, obviously.
I'm a frog man.
Oh, you're a frog man.
That's right.
Half frog, half man.
Not a man frog,
like
because then
like a Navy
that would
SEAL.
that would be like a little green person.
Look up Batman and Man-Bat.
Yes, exactly. You understand.
Were you hella good at basketball in high school? So you could jump hella high?
No, I went to a high school in the city, man. It didn't matter how good your frog legs was, man. Those dinosaurs hop on that hoop, man.
God, those fucking 8-foot people, man. I swear to God.
Incredible.
City brontosaurus.
They don't even jump. They just put their hand into the hoop.
The velociraptors. You got to say raptors because if you say raptors, it's racist. So the velociraptors.
Raptor.
No,
those hard R's, man.
Just make it inner city and call them the velocirappers.
Alamo Kagasane says to do the fuck yeah and failures voice and just buzzkill it.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck yeah, guys.
Was there a super chat attached to that? I didn't see a super chat.
No, I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to see if I could do a fuck yeah and failures voice, and it needed context.
Failure. I got these tendies. Do you want them?
No,
fuck yeah. Okay, I think
it's tight, man. It's tight.
What tendies? These my tendies.
I hate you guys.
I got him to say he wanted tendies and waffles.
I got some waffles and put them with my tendies over here. What are we doing?
Tendies and waffles, huh? All right. That sounds good. That sounds like a fun time.
Sounds like a wonderful dinner.
I'm into eating bagel bites.
Pizza bagel.
Who's smoking in the background?
Me,
buddy?
Not me.
Me.
I can hear weed from here.
Yep, it's totally me. Calling it.
Yeah, dude. I've never smoked weed a day in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I should try it.
I don't even know what that's like.
It's fucking amazing, man. I'm so relaxed.
Just look to your right.
It's not even something that I would really ever even do.
Oh, dude, it'll change your life. Do it for the first time right now, live.
Put the bong up to the microphone.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I
don't even smoke. No,
your life just changed for the better, man.
Dude,
Put the bong to the microphone and let it all up.
Now you're addicted to the marijuanas, and you've taken your first steps into a bold new world of understanding. Welcome to entanglement.
I'm injecting marijuana right now.
That's okay. That helps.
Penis enlargement pills.
That's going to help you get entangled. It's okay. What drugs do, psychedelic drugs very specifically, but marijuana helps, is removes ego, and that's very important to becoming entangled. It's called being entangled for a reason. You don't really exist because all of your petty differences that will make you any different from anybody else out there they pale in comparison to spectral supremacy. When you're a ghost, none of that will matter. If you start living like that now, you will be able to become everyone and no one at the same time. You will be Schrodinger's dingbat.
So basically, what you're telling me is the only thing that I could become is existence itself, awareness itself, awareness of awareness. So I've never done psychedelics before in my life.
I don't believe that.
I don't even know what a mushroom or an acid looks like.
Shut the fuck
Oh, you haven't injected an acid before?
You never keep a straight face with this guy.
God damn it, Duel, why'd you have to fucking say that? I was like on a roll.
Because
No, I'm not.
about the copious amounts of psychedelic drugs we've done together.
It's good. He's helping me practice preaching
preaching
the word of the whale to the people, man. It's important.
Goat Man is in the house. Finally. God damn it.
I fucking... God damn it, dude.
Who is his name, son?
Yeah, Duel's the only one that knows.
We're
Yeah,
not
looks like
complete.
the lethal wrench has joined us. 17 likes to 15 watching. So Stephen Blackman will not have to lay his wrench down on anybody out there. That's good to know.
Hell yeah, my streams only
You have
get
blessed
fucking
us.
10 people watching. Fuck this.
I feel so excited when I see I have 10 people watching. I'm like, double digits. And then I see it drop, and it's like 9 people, and I'm like, people hate me.
It's just
Dude, I was watching fucking AP stream like when they would do like when they did the face reveal. Fucking as soon as I logged in, 360 people watching.
Yeah, we had a lot for the Gulf City streaming channel. We were trying to keep that kind of small and
No,
put it
it
on.
didn't. That backfired.
how many subs you got on that now, man?
Well, that's because I think like no, on that one maybe 2,500, maybe not much.
Yeah.
It's just a streaming channel, so not a lot of people. It's very niche.
Look, given the circumstances, it's I think it's fucking awesome, man. You know,
7K.
this is
1.7, yeah, on that one. It does pretty well for such a small channel.
You guys are under assault. I mean, relentless assault. You know, it's just
I was just trying to be a good boy.
I'm amazed.
be a good boy. I
I'm
just wanna be a
amazed
good
you
boy.
haven't fucking like taken a baseball bat to a fucking Dodge Challenger or something, man. Just
No, you need Dodge Challengers to run down commies. You
well,
don't wanna
that's my point,
God,
man.
that
It's
commie.
that kind of frustration, man. It's just anyway. I feel for you guys, man.
One of these days, 11 from Stranger Things and Malcolm in the Middle, you know, those kids that are trotting around the country to fucking stop people from, abiding by the Constitution. One day they're gonna be in the street and they're gonna hear a Dodge Challenger coming. They're gonna know it's their fucking time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rev up. It might be a fucking e-brake slide before they get destroyed. But who
That's
knows?
right.
Last thought, is that a frog driving it?
Oh, that'd be fucked up.
No, I can't take. I'm too conspicuous being a frogman to take part in such ops. And even
No
if
felonies on air.
my spirit animal, that bald guy who looks like Brendan Fraser, would even if my spirit animal were to take the wheel of that, the baldness from his head would probably blind everyone in the vicinity, including himself, when it radiates off the mirror. So yeah, that's not a good.
Yeah,
No, I can't.
Solar flare.
It's some sort of bounce back.
It-
I mean, it's not really a big deal.
I can use it for defense if I have to. It's important to have that. I'm trying to grow the hair back out. That's I had.
Green doesn't even reflect light that well.
You would be surprised.
Mhm.
Wait till you see the next Gulf City cartoon. You know what, guys? I'm so excited about that shit, man. Finally, we're putting out a cartoon with a new step in the quality. We're getting it ready to do the TV thing. So we're. I got asked the other day, like, is there gonna be? Yes.
How much better can your fucking cartoons
Yeah.
like? Honestly,
We could fight some of our enemies. That would be a big step up. Like, yeah. And you know what I'm a fan of. Put it together,
shit, dude. You got any premium warm pockets right now on deck?
I got, dude. I gotta go to the store. I already ate them hot, man. They were good too. I got some bagel bites though. They'll in a pinch.
That's not a warm pocket.
It's not. It's
You know
not.
what?
Have you
I'm
guys?
blocking,
Have
I'm
y'all
blocking
ate?
you right now.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. If you put two
Hell
of
no,
them
dude.
together in a
No,
pinch,
did you just say? You just said bagel bites. All right.
yeah, I'm just saying. Look, man. I'm
I
high
really-
and I'm hungry and I'm out of pockets. What do you want from me?
I fucking grew to love fucking new pocket, premium warm pocket, ancient grains.
I mean, those
crispy
are important
and
things.
bubbly cheese crust.
I didn't know it was so important to you, man. I will go to the store before I eat. I'll get some new
I
pockets.
swear to God, you better get some pockets right now. I fucking feel like you need to call somebody to have them give you the pockets for you.
Yeah.
I see that,
Administer
This is important.
The sacrament.
You can't-
Yes.
I see that you gentlemen have invited the T-TAC, and the T-TAC has answered your call.
Speak his
He's
name.
not home.
Oh.
Where is the T-TAC?
He says he ain't home.
He's not home, which
Yeah.
is code for you are not important enough for T-TAC.
In
T-TAC's
other words,
trying to visit you.
He's burying
You know
his manhood in something feminine and
Diss track.
lovely.
I'll get Whitey to do a diss track on him.
Okay.
I already got him to rap twice.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitey, what's up with him lately? I haven't talked to him or Gemini's. Anybody heard from them?
Yeah, they're trying to work on a podcast, but they're not really working together very well.
They're eternally working on a podcast. Just do it, guys. Just do it. It doesn't have to come out the first. Your pilot does not have to be perfect. Just do it. Produce it.
Dude, if I'm going on an airline or anywhere, I want my fucking pilot to be perfect.
Pick some. That's okay. Fair enough. In that context, you would be right.
All right, just making sure we're clear on that.
But it would be funny to watch Whitey and Jim fuck up a podcast. That would be fun.
I think Whitey and Jim have some real talent behind the mic, and they, to a certain extent, may squander it on YouTube by not taking it on the streams as seriously as they could if they really wanted that to take off. If they want to focus on their podcast, I've heard them talk about that for a long time, but I'm like, at this point, man, I'm just like, do it. I believe in you guys. Do it. Like, I'm not dissing them. I'm not shitting on them. I think that it'll be great. Fucking do it. Do it. Get on the
He's been
fucking
dropping
mic.
A couple of videos lately. He's getting into Premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who,
Good for
Whitey?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitey's been working on his craft a lot lately. I noticed.
There's hijinks on the discords though, and people are looking at their discords too. I mean, scrutinizing them,
Trolls, but
dude. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah.
I
Not
think they are easy targets for a lot of people because Whitey brings it on him. Fucking Whitey's a magnet for it. He brings that on himself. That's his pleasure.
If I was them, I would nuke my discords right now and rebuild because
that's what Whitey
You
did.
know
He
what, though?
completely cleaned out his Discord.
The thing about Whitey,
Jim hadn't.
like the thing with Whitey, Jim too as well. Even though me and him are beefing, which is fucking stupid. But the thing with Whitey, like, he is so quick to spawn. Like, if you try to fuck with him, like, he's gonna hit you back immediately. Like, he's not gonna go out easily. You're gonna get hit with something. It doesn't, it might be a diss track, it might just be a rebuttal. But nevertheless, you better be ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, and he's so quick.
Make sure
You're going in and
you
out.
the microphone.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's the fucking.
You have to
Sensitivity,
literally have
hold up.
the microphone
Yeah,
right
so-
in front of your face.
You can slide it back. It's like it's a little bit later. The people that are watching us right now are pretty fucked up, I would
Hey,
imagine, and
You want to hear something funny?
they don't give a
There's
shit.
someone in my Discord voice chat. I'm getting DMs. He's talking a bunch of shit. You want to hear me go shit talking real quick? Exclusive on the Cream Stream.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Now you won't be able to hear unless Irate were to go in there and listen. You wouldn't be able to hear it. But I'll give you a little.
I can. What I can do is I can actually go in and watch. All right, who is it? Oh no, we won't say who it is.
I don't know. They just said it at like 12:33. That
Okay.
somebody was in my chat, my voice chat.
Oh,
Hello.
AP left. Hey, can you
Yeah,
can you guys hear me
Discord.
from here? Am I cutting in and out?
No, you're doing a lot better, man. A lot better. Where'd he
All right.
go, man? Where'd he go?
He'll be right back.
Did he go into his
I'll be
own
back in a
Discord?
second.
Does AP have a Discord?
I think he's talking about the Ghost City, maybe.
I don't see anybody in there.
Yeah, yeah. He disappeared from the internet totally, people.
He what?
The AP has disappeared from the internet completely. He has no, yeah, or either that or he went invisible. I do not see him. I am very, very disturbed by this. Oh, there he is. Hello. Welcome
What
back.
happened is I forgot we're not on Hangouts and we're doing this on Discord. So me popping into mine will take me right the fuck out of here, and you won't be able to hear a thing I say.
Well, that is very disturbing now, isn't it? See, I need to learn how to do that kind of setup too, because many people do not like the Discord. But I want to do phone calls, you know. Anyway, say it, Bob.
You're doing a pretty good Indian one right now, my friend. But what you need to do is put it more in the back of the throat. You need to do a lot of putting your tongue up to the top of your mouth. To do the Indian thing, you have to do a lot of. You make your tongue very hard, like a triangle, and you put it to the top of your mouth, my friend. And then you will be saying different consonants, like being, doing things. Like I am going to the store now, my friend.
I'm being to go. Yeah, I see exactly what you mean. I'm putting it back in the throat now, and I sound like I'm going to the store to.
That is being right, my friend, and you want to go up halfway through every sentence, my friend. You want to talk like you are pointing at the sky at all times.
I have this voice. I've got a problem with my voice. So, dude, I had this neck surgery, man, and the dude clipped this nerve. And I can only, like, I used to be a singer, man, right? And there's a note that I can't go above it. I just can't. I mean, no matter how hard I try, and I used to could, you know, I actually have an ear for music and shit, and I can't hit that goddamn note anymore. Any above, I think it's an A flat or an A sharp, and you know, anyway, it's just disturbing. It's pissed me off for ever since. But hey, surgery is surgery.
Surgery is surgery. None of it pleasant, all of it necessary.
Indeed.
Except for those people that cut off their dicks. They're sick, mentally ill people.
Well,
I'm supposed to get my knees and my hips replaced. I'm in my early 20s, man.
Do the hips.
Shit ain't right.
The hips are good. Yeah, I like my hip replaced since yeah.
The thing with my surgeries, if I get it done, there's no guarantee it'll even do anything.
So wait, you're gonna be a woman with bionic knees and hips?
Yeah.
If I get the surgery I'm supposed to, yeah.
You're gonna be a 6-year-old Tyrannosaurus.
I have I can't think of what the actual thing is called, but it causes like hyperextension and stuff. So my joints go way too far back.
Yeah.
And I have hip dysplasia and stuff too. So my body's like all fucked up and contorted. And they're like, yeah, well, you're probably gonna wind up in a wheelchair if you don't get some done. And I'm like, fuck my life, man.
My kid has some kind of fucked up thing wrong with her left eye, man. When you said the dysplasia brought that up, some kind of palsy where the muscle in your left eye isn't strong enough, so she's got to do some like eye therapy.
Amblyopia? I can't remember. It was amblyopia?
I don't know. I've gotten like 2 texts from my ex-wife about it. She said they're testing for. She just told me it was some kind of palsy, which made it sound like, bitch, you gave my kid palsy?
Yeah, it may not be that bad, but she'll definitely be in my prayers, man.
Well, thank you, man. I think she's a tough little girl. She'll come out of it. Don't put my ex-wife in your prayers. She doesn't deserve that kind of treatment.
No, I get it. There's a special place in hell for ex-wives, and you know, MGTOWs created it. The MGTOWs that went to hell, they found a special place in hell. They dug it deeper, and all the bitches. Well,
it's going to have to be on the ground level because she is fat.
Oh, no. Trust me, there's trap doors in there, okay? So it gets lower and lower. These guys were smart. But you know.
I'm glad to hear there's a special place reserved in hell for the evils committed by that person.
Evil cunt ex-wives. Yes. They exist.
Can I go there too?
Everybody's been inside my ex-wife, Miles Beats. Everybody.
Sorry, Miles, so I have to ask.
So she's fat and she's a hoe.
I'm the real Miles Beats. You sit down, clone.
Well, Superior Miles Beats, do you have anything to add? Let's see which one talks first.
No, I don't.
Well, that's me, obviously.
See, he's doing a pretty good job of impersonating me.
This is actually really strange, dude, seeing my name, like, down below.
Which one of you is the better Miles Beats?
I'm from the universe where rap is real.
I'm the best Miles Beats there ever was.
I'm from the universe where Shazam existed.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's entangled. The
Yeah,
Mandela effect.
no, Shazam is entangled. No shit.
Yeah,
I
man.
bet on it.
Yeah.
It's fucking up. It's fucking up his poor
I believe
memory.
Shazam existed so bad you can actually call me Billy
Shammy? Wait, did you just say Shammy? I believe Shammy existed.
Shazam made it rain candy and cheeseburgers from the sky.
Dude,
That's a
I do
fucking
that-
miracle.
I do that on a daily basis.
Can you name all the gods that
You literally-
Shazam's
if you-
powers came from?
If you hang out with me enough and you see how much I frequent McDonald's, I literally make it fucking rain McDoubles on a daily.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
It's hard to like, you know, not too many people can even fucking keep up with that.
How I'm learning out here tonight. Shit.
Shit, I'll starve to death, but I'll fucking buy 40 fucking McDoubles and throw them at homeless people because that's the type of shit that I do.
Oh, we should do that tomorrow.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's Saturday. Let's fucking go throw McDoubles
I mean,
at homeless
You'll
people.
go to jail because
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck no, I did it.
No.
You did it, dude.
You did it again! Shit.
Now you gotta
Sorry,
put
Andy, I
$10
killed
in
the joke.
whiskey jar. Sorry.
Yeah, I do. If you don't pay the Warski toll, your channel goes in the fucking hole. You know how that works.
All right, here's the powers of Shazam. All right, they come. S is for Solomon, H is for Hercules, A is for Atlas, Z Zeus, A Achilles, and M Mercury.
No, M's for McDouble. Because I'm throwing those at homeless people tomorrow.
Oh,
Hell
Bubba,
yeah.
fuck.
Speaking of finding homeless people, do you know who we have on tomorrow night
Oh,
on the Fright Supremacy?
I'm so
The Chris Warski will be joining.
oh, wow, man, it's been
We
so
have
long.
we have dug up Chris, and finally he has agreed to break his long silence and his sabbatical from the internets and come back and then have some fun on Saturday night streams. And you know where Chris goes, you know, Andy, he sees, you know, Chris getting some attention, and he likes to show up and steal Chris's thunder. So Andy will probably he might drop in as well. I haven't talked to him, but you know.
You know, with the one time he didn't do that, and look, I'm not doing this to toot my horn, but to toot Chris's horn. Chris spent 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours of our Thanksgiving. They don't have it in Canada, that's right.
I tried to make that sound as much like it was failure. So if it gets sound clipped, like the Andy Warski sometimes wants the attention. I'd like nobody. I don't know if anyone caught that. Like, in case it doesn't sound clipped. No, and I don't think Andy will be on. He's a busy guy. But Chris, you know, I haven't talked to him in forever. That'll be cool.
You see, I was going to say, check out the stream I did with him on that, Mac, because we talk about completely non-comic-y things. We talk about working in the psych field, and he's just a fascinating guy. You know, everybody knows he's smart, but you'll realize after hearing this, or you know, how smart the dude really is. He's very impressive, and
I heard some parts of that. Yeah. That was I think that was the week before he came on. The week, that was the week before he did the Drugs and Booze podcast on my show, and I just called him a chink a bunch of times and stuff.
The dab thing. Yeah,
that's fucking racist. All right.
Yeah, that's why it was funny.
You can't just be running around calling people chinks.
Yeah, you can, dude. Totally, they let you get away with it, dude. Fucking like, I said that, dude. I was fooled as well for many years that you couldn't go around just calling people chinks and smicks and niggers. Dude, like, go out tomorrow. Take your ass outside tomorrow.
Wow.
Go walk up to a black homeless guy and be like, "Good morning, nigger," and just smile and wave and walk by. He ain't gonna do shit. Try it.
I need to thank Stephen Blackman for the $5, man. Thank you.
So if I walk up to a Mexican tomorrow that's mowing somebody else's lawn, and I say, "What's up, Spit?" He's just gonna give me a high five, and
no, he's probably gonna ask you how much to mow your lawn.
Yeah, switch it up a little bit. Though,
it's gonna be it's off like $15. I'll fucking pay.
And second of all, he speaks Spanish, so he won't know what you're saying. You've got to say "Hola, pendejo."
I might do that. You know what? That might be the method that I choose to approach.
Yeah, man, we gotta make racism's great again, man. Back, you know, when you the barber shop in Gran Torino, you know, like let's just be friendly with the racism with one another. Like, hey, you dumb fucking Polak, like that's a fun way to live.
Have you guys ever even seen how well Jose can mow a lawn?
Jose can't mow a lawn like I can mow a lawn. Period.
Dude, fuck, Jose's got you beat, bro.
He can. It's quality, not quantity, man.
He'll mow 2 lawns perfect in the time it takes you to mow your backyard.
I do gotta run. It's 1 o'clock here in the
Oh, wow.
morning. But thanks for having me on, and I had a great time, and hopefully I'll be on next week too, as long as
That's
Irate
right.
Pressing wants me.
Yeah, this is a good thing. Akam and I, we dig you, and
Hell yeah.
come on back. We'd like
Hell
you.
yeah.
You
I'll
are-
drink some. I'll chug some
Yeah, yeah,
Monster
boy.
next time, so I'm super excited and talkative. And I can swear Russian at people again.
Wait,
Fuck
man,
that butt chug vodka.
this thing
Next
was rolling,
week's
man.
episode.
This is a really rolling episode, and everybody made it a good one. So yeah, go have a good
Hell
evening,
yeah.
Miss Ray. Big hug,
Have a
and
great
we'll see you
night.
next week for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hit me up. Hit me up
Have
in the
a
next
good
couple
one.
days.
Have a good one there, the Ray Savages.
I bet you she's butt chugging vodka right now.
Well,
She's
yeah,
Russian, man. What
That's
do you
right.
think, man? I mean, fuck.
Yeah, rush into the vodka bottle.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Beat me to it.
I'm not
God
doing it.
damn
I'm not doing it.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude,
Why is there 2 Miles Beats in here?
Because I'm the Miles and you're
where
the
the
clone
fuck
and
did
we both
Occam
Asian.
go? God damn.
We're losing everybody.
It doesn't
Well,
matter.
we've been going for
Okay.
3 hours.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Fuck, 3 hours ain't shit, man.
yeah. We may need to wrap it though. Just for
It is the
Pro-
top of the next hour.
Well, you know,
it is
it's-
11:01.
exactly. And what I was going to say is, if we leave them wanting more, then you know what I'm saying.
Let me. What if
They
I-
might catch on to what you're doing.
I'm gonna dig up one more article?
Well,
All
I'm
right.
just gonna go ahead
All
and
right.
still, if you want to hear more of Miles Beats, go to www.patreon.com/thewhiteyoutuber.
Yeah, because that's exactly how you get all of my new music.
That's right, clone.
You don't get a Warski approval. Fuck yeah for that, dude. I can't do it. Can't do it.
It's an old joke.
AP, I do have a question though about merchandise. Now they're bringing up merch. Uzi Q and I both have our gasoline mugs. When are the AP mugs coming out? Because
Oh, fuck yeah.
There is a very good reason that you are not seeing any AP merchandise right now. A reason which I cannot reveal, but we'll start to unravel when the new Gulf City merchant or the new Gulf City cartoon comes out. So
Can we get like one
should be a
little tiny ass
politician, man.
hint?
it does not end well for me.
Yeah, you should be a politician. That was fucking
oh
racist
shit,
as fuck.
he's gonna be.
This does not bode well for your boy AP.
You're gonna end up in the translucent delegation too, aren't you?
I'm not. No. I'm still here talking to you. You gotta understand. We record these things. It's kind of like a reality show for us cartoons. We recorded these things like a couple of months ago, so I already know what's gonna happen. Now, if I'm here now, that means I survived. You know, so don't gotta worry about that. I'm not a ghost just yet. But I can tell you that it does not bode well. It does not bode well for your boy AP, and you'll be very it's going to bring some closure to some things. You know, there's some confrontations that need to happen. There's some big shit's been building up for months now. You know, we got fucking ghosts following us around. We left the last episode. The cops are at the front door pointing guns at us and shit.
Right.
We got Richard Spector in the kitchen coming at us from the back door with the fucking mummy.
Spectre.
We're stuck kind of in the middle here, stuck in the middle with you. And that's where we're gonna start the new episode right there, where I mean, there's no way out.
See,
There's
I was
going to
gonna
have to be a
ask-
reckoning.
I was gonna
There's
ask
nothing
when
but
you
utter
guys.
excitement.
I was gonna ask when you guys were gonna pay homage, to Reservoir Dogs. So it sounds like I'm gonna get that.
Oh, well, I did that on K&N back in the day, actually. I put Jerome into the Reservoir Dogs scene, and they cut Fepe the penguin's ear off when we were having our beef with the Flat Earth people.
Is that on your server, dude?
No, I think that's one of those episodes that will automatically get you in trouble on YouTube. I did a lot of stuff like that. Did some bad things. But I'm a good boy now. Like that thing tonight, that wasn't my fault. When the Gulf City streaming got hit with the copyright, and you know, I'm a good boy. That didn't have nothing to do with AP. Don't listen to all those people. Don't listen to Ghastly when he says it's all my fault.
It's the patriarchy, man.
Yeah, he's not my fault. I'm being a good boy out here lately. It's not like I came on your show and started calling for the extermination of certain people.
I've never heard such things.
Semitic people.
No,
Yes.
I am a good.
Little undertones. I mean,
I am a good boy. I'm gonna stay a good
Well,
boy.
all right. So what we're
All
gonna
right,
do is
so-
we're gonna do a quick. Oh, you want to read one more, Miles?
Yep, I got one for
All
you
right,
guys.
Bubba. One last one. Let's do it.
It's not gonna get juicy. It's not gonna get thick. It's not gonna get great. It's not gonna get wet until a couple paragraphs down.
So it sounds like a disappointing evening.
Is this a Penthouse forum letter you're reading?
He's selling it like one.
This is Tampa Bay Times.
Oh shit!
Winner of 12 Pulitzer Prizes, by the way.
Holy! I did not know that. Congratulations, Tampa Bay Times, if you're out there listening.
This is a motherfucking article that this is gonna win an award right here. So the headline doesn't really read too much into itself, but a man was accused of arson at Tampa apartment community. Oh yeah, just wait. This fucking shit gets crazy. So a man who lives in an apartment. I'm just gonna let that hang for a second. So a man who lives in an apartment was at a scene of a huge fire Sunday night, was arrested on Monday morning on a felony arson charge.
Yeah, you never smoked weed before.
I don't even know what weed is.
Yeah. I got the same fucking lungs.
So he set the blaze, according to police, to get back at a management of the apartment complex, whom which he felt treated him unjustly.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's just a bitch.
I mean, sometimes you gotta fucking shut it down and burn it to the ground, dude. Fucking that's their way.
When firefighters arrived, they found smoke billowing from the apartment number B201 on the second floor and on the buildings. Authorities said crews had to put out the fire within 20 minutes.
Okay. Why?
Okay.
We're with you.
Okay. Keep going.
His reason, I had to let that hang for a minute. You can't just give this type of shit away right away.
Well, you gotta give it a little rhythm though, man.
His reason, they had recently told him that masturbating in front of open windows and front door, according to police, he was arrested on a charge of first-degree arson.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, no, I can understand jerking off in front of the door and shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the house down? What the fuck?
Well, because sometimes, I mean, they weren't going to let him jack off in front of the windows anymore, so we had to burn that motherfucker down.
He lit his fucking house on fire so no one could fucking see him jacking off.
I just kind of think he ran out of lotion and the friction burn called a spark.
That's a theory.
That's a good theory.
That's a
Actually,
plausible
you know what?
theory.
I approve that theory. I feel like that theory, like, we need to fucking... That needs to be copywritten. Can you copyright a theory?
We're gonna have to exchange some essays about this.
Scientific endeavor.
Yeah, I might have to get our friend Aiden Paladin involved in the science on this one and see
Another
if.
thing AP stands for.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't know I'm actually Aiden.
Yeah. I'm actually
That would be great.
Oh, yep, I've been playing psychological games, social science games with you for the last 8 months. It's
all an experiment. I think we heard about this.
Yeah, why do you think she has all the Whale Gang shirts? You know, those are my shirts. That's my suitcase because it's me.
Oh shit! Are you the suitcase?
No, it's a Tyler Durden kind of thing.
Weird.
Because man, what kind of girl do you think I am?
One with small tits and no ass.
I'm not a dirty girl. I don't do that kind of stuff on cam.
That's right.
Oh, so do you
I did
have
enjoy
big
the
tits
part
and a
where you
huge ass?
and T-Tac were exchanging butts.
Man, I've got a nice tail. I got symmetrical nipples. I mean, they're Venti class titties. Yeah, I mean, you know.
I'll pop those nips off.
Yeah.
Did you just internet comment etiquette right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking lit.
Pop those nips.
Dude,
I'll butt
you know what's
So is the story? Is that it? Is that?
Dude, I compressed literally like 6 paragraphs down.
Yeah, when he was leaving us hanging, he was scrolling. Okay, this one makes sense.
Yeah, I was
okay.
yeah, I compressed like it's a huge article and I had to fucking compress it down to like 4 sentences.
Bubba. Well, I guess on that note, does anybody have anything they want to share before we split a cake?
Well, I do always yeah, we've got a new cartoon coming out hopefully within the next 24 hours before the show Saturday. My premiere on the live. That happens sometimes when those things collide. But I typically try to advise against it. But you know what, Ghastly runs the show, so you know I think that people come to live to see some live shit, and they come to the cartoon to see some cartoon shit. So you know. But you never know. You might get one, you might get the other. Who fucking knows these days? I might not feel the same way about it in an hour. So we got that coming out. We've got the Saturday night streams tomorrow night. You can always get your Gulf City gear at Gulf Day. Look as fresh as Aiden Paladin, please. Me and my alter ego, please, at gulf-gear.com. And you can also, I would also like to show for the Superior Miles Beats. Superior Miles Beats. You're the greatest in the world, and I want you to tell the other Miles Beats some nasty things about them before we leave.
I hate you. No, hey, fuck you.
Hey,
I'm the fucking
Lesser
superior.
Miles, sit down.
Hey.
What you need to wait out for is that Duel is doing this Kumite track.
Jesus Christ.
Fire!
Which Superior Miles Beats is fucking featuring on.
Yep, I'm featuring on the third verse. It's gonna be.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, clone, don't make me come up there and pull the power cord out of your anus.
Shh.
Son of a bitch.
Shh.
All right, well, thank you.
No, but in all seriousness, Duel's got a lot of fucking new dope music coming out. I got a bunch of new dope music coming out. New beats, fucking new production. The Felt Great mixtape is on its way out. You can catch me and Dual Wield featuring on multiple tracks, actually every single track. And it's going to be fantastic. Also check out the the Miles Beats and the Glory Gamers YouTube. It's in there somewhere. You can Google it. It's there. It'll pop up. Get in there.
And I'm coming to a glory hole near you.
Oh yeah. If you want to fucking meet me at the glory hole.
No, not you. I'm talking to the viewers. We don't need
shit.
AP.
God damn it!
What time is time's the broadcast tomorrow night? Is it 8 till 9 Central? Is that
7 p.m. and we try to have a 9 p.m. hard out. So typically about 8:30 we'll be done. 9
Central?
If it goes on great Central Time. Yeah,
fantastic.
And then after that we'll be doing the mad drunken stream with the failure accomplished after that.
Interesting you should mention that, because tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central, I will be co-host to my friend Sir Adamantine's Drinks with Friends. If you're interested, DM me and I'll shoot you an invite, and y'all will blow his mind. Anyway, and then later that night after the Fright Power Hour, I will be with Weebo Jones and this Chaos 120 crew, and we'll be doing something similar to what we did tonight. So,
I met the Weebo Jones today for the first time. She's a wonderful, wonderful girl. Make sure she doesn't think that I had to do what I had to do. He was in the Kumite ring. Really shouldn't have been there for that. So I had to do. I got a job to do. Nothing personal there.
Hey, trust me, dude. Man, that girl is on the ball, and she is woke as fuck. To use an old word, she has got it together, man. So
yeah, she seems cool. I like her, man.
Indeed.
I'm pretty sure woke as fuck is a pretty new word, to be honest.
Well, I mean, you know how things, come in and out, though. But
I'm pretty sure, like, my dad would never be like, dude, I'm woke as fuck. Like, I'm fairly certain he
Where's
would
my
not
coffee?
use that terminology.
That first cup of coffee. Hell, I'm woke as fuck, man. So, well, let's. I'm going to go ahead and do the outro here. This is Irate Prostate. Another wonderful edition of Cream Stream is in the bucket. Catch you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Keep fighting the patriarchy one ass out at a time. And see y'all next week.